Oh my god, wait, no, there's a better one. There's a better one.
You guys are my best
friends. Oh my god, hold on. I gotta find it. I don't know if you guys will hear it. I don't think you will, sadly. Oh my god. Maybe I can do it really fast. just hang with it. Just don't do anything yet. Okay. I know it's 3:15. We're gonna do this soon. Oh my god.
I think you could.
No, I know they can hear me. I know they can hear me. No. We gotta do it right. We gotta do it correctly.
Yay! Thank you!
Oh, Gibbs. That's so sweet. Okay. I swear to God, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. I swear. Okay.
The suspense is killing me.
I know. Just hold on.
Did we do something?
No. That's the point.
Okay.
Hello, everybody out there. You cannot see, but you can possibly hear us.
This is gonna be so good.
We are coming soon to a Twitch channel near you.
Technical difficulties, please hold.
This is not a technical difficulty.
Hello, welcome to On the Forefront.
This is not a techno difficulty. Where is it? I uploaded it. Where is it? Oh my god.
It's a pterodactyl. What?
Please wait as we get the stream running.
It's here somewhere. I know it is. Oh my god, where the fuck?
Please turn off all electronic devices.
I have to do a different thing. I have to. Oh my god, please. Please be here. This is gonna work. It's gonna work.
This is not a test.
The suspense is killing me.
Don't fucking jinx it. Where the fuck is it? I uploaded it!
On a side note,
Roll 20. Cooperate with me.
if you haven't already followed On the Forefront, please hit that follow button now.
I found it!
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
OMG.
Shh. Okay. We're gonna restart. We're gonna do a cold open. Get ready, everybody.
So mysterious.
Thank you for being a friend.
Yes, I 100% support this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to On the Forefront. I'm here with all my wonderful friends. We're here to show you an excellent time in the burning wheel. I'm so happy to share this moment with all of you. Here we go. My name is Four, and if you don't know, I'm on the forefront. That's where you are too. So here's what we're gonna do.
You guys,
You guys are
my
best friends. Oh my god.
Not really, you're our best friend for the song.
Well, Gibbs, thank you for that magnificent cheer, and welcome to the game. For me, I would say thank you for being a friend. That is this campaign in a nutshell. Here we go, everybody. Holy shit. All right. So, we are playing the Burning Wheel. In this fantastic game, our players are going to be in a hotel in the midst of a financial crisis. Mainly because, gosh darn, they do not have the customers, the fun, or the outreach to support their unfortunate taxed resources. But they're hoping to change that. So how about we go ahead and just do a little introduction to each of your characters, and along with that, I think it would be great if you just gave us a read through of their beliefs. As well as their just what they've done in the campaign so far. This is episode 3, by the way. I better add that to the fantastic dashboard. So go ahead. Let's start with you, Abby Gator, for Marm.
Oh my goodness, we're starting with me.
Yeah,
Hello.
it's you.
Okay. Wait, what am I doing again?
You're
You guys
are
my best friends.
You're introducing your character.
Oh, I knew that.
You're giving us a glimpse into their psyche.
Okay. A glimpse into psyche.
Yep.
Okay.
Not
Here is,
psycho, but their psyche.
I mean, psyche. Yeah, kind of. So today I am going to be playing Marm, who is a troll brood mother. She has a son named Malik, who is the only thing she really cares about. She works in this hotel with these crazy people who she doesn't particularly like. But the job provides her with stability. She is trying her very fucking hardest to keep this place up and running. So far, nobody's died yet.
So far. Lovely. What are some of your beliefs? Please share it.
So, you know how I talked about my son Malik? We're trolls. So my son will be prepared for a world that is cruel for trolls. He will be prepared. Also, sometimes things that are expensive are worse.
That's a belief, certainly.
Oh, and also something about stability, but also expensive things.
And is that everything you think you need to share with us about Marm, the troll mother?
I think so at this point.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Well, let's just go ahead and go to one of the owners of the hotel. Indigo, give us a look into Jago Reese.
Hello. Jago Reese is definitely feeling the crunch, the financial strain that has suddenly been placed upon this establishment over the last couple of weeks. First, the loss of stock and produce, and then last week with the epic winter fail, trying to craft my own special. It was a rodent dandelion, yes. So he's definitely feeling it a little bit. He's feeling the pressure. He is definitely concerned about the clientele or lack thereof. So he's definitely going to be putting on his best face when it comes to customer interaction, trying to please the guests that come in the door, and providing the best in service and product. So that's definitely what's on his mind lately. His beliefs are the rodent race is definitely more than just a science experiment. These humans have done a lot in this area to affect all of the races around here. One of those things would be creating a race of rat beings, rat men, called rodent. Many of us were able to escape from the clutches of Nim. I mean, of these people. And we got out into the world. There are two offshoots of the rodents. One is just kind of a very nice race that does a lot of farming, hanging out in the valley. The other one are definitely more of a darker offshoot and feel like the humans need to be paid back for what they've done to the rodent people. Other than that, I pretty much am focused on this tavern. I feel like my mead making skills combined with the dwarfs cooking is definitely going to make us the best establishment in the territory. And, you know, the people that work for me, they're my family, and I will definitely do what I can to provide for them, to help them, support them, and protect them if need be. Even the unwed troll mother, who can be a grumpy Gus at times, he definitely, you know, feels like she's an important part of the crew, and, you know, does what she can to make everything happen. The dwarf obviously is an integral part of, you know, the production of what we do here. You know, we have the food side, and we have the meat and wine side, which is me most of the time. And then, of course, our lovely server that does her utmost to be professional with the customer service and representation of our bar and this establishment, this tavern, this hotel. So anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Let somebody else talk.
I need to make sure that dwarf accent is approved by Vincent. Just so you know. No.
Oh my god,
Sorry,
I never unmuted me. Whoopsie. I never unmuted me. No, every time. So no. I was here and now I'm back. Okay, anyways.
So we have to go through all that again?
Yes, we do. Well, no, just for you. Kisa, tell us about the last employee, besides the dwarven chef.
So, yeah, I play Kiza. She's the elven server, and she's not very happy about it, but she needs money because the fact that her race is basically dying because the humans are using what's called elderwood, which is basically when elves die, they become a tree, they become the elderwood, and the humans are using the elderwood to make wands for themselves. So they're basically destroying her people and murdering them in a sense, and she's not okay with that. But so she kind of like left home to try and like get enough money and funds to help save her race and to maybe try and convince, not necessarily like the humans, but just like maybe convince other races to help in like the rebellion. And so she's trying to do that. She may or may not have cost the tavern some money last time, so that's still up in the air. But as of right now, she's been hunting for them. So yeah, there's that thing. There's a thing. That's a thing. But yeah, so like her beliefs are. Pull them up here. So the first belief she has, she says, the adventurers don't know the harm that they may cause to my people. I aim to teach them and educate them about their wrongdoings in hopes of saving my dying race. And then the second one kind of ties in. It says, a secret pact with the dwarves as a whole could potentially aid in the salvation of my race, so looking into this is a potential possibility. And then the third one she has is better to remain innocent than ignorant. So yeah, she basically, I will tell you, one of her instincts is that it's to show favor to non-human patrons. And in case you haven't seen the past couple episodes, she kind of has already done that. So you guys should totally go watch those after this. It'll be funny.
Quite a a assembly, and then we have one last player today filling in for our dwarven chef, Vincent, but we'll get to her in just a moment. And then we'll learn all about your very potent beliefs. So, let's go ahead and focus. It's been, I'm going to say it's been like 4 days since the Fresh and Few caravan dropped by. The 2 humans who bring in trade and supplies from the nearby town to you. Their names are, let's see, I put them somewhere.
It's Jan and something, isn't it? Because I remember Jan. Like
Jan
that
and
cracked me up.
it is
Hold
Jan
on,
and Hilda.
Hilda and Jan.
yeah.
Yeah, Jan and Hilda. They every month they come by, and they drop in to deliver you the very important food and other supplies necessary to keep this tavern running. And from there, they got some room and board for the short time that they were here.
I have a new friend.
Thank you, Togashi Jack. I really appreciate the follow. And from there, they have sort of spent the past few days just relaxing, really. They walk the grounds of your hotel, and they also walk the garden as well as the village that you guys are in, Duskmire. This little fortified oh my god, cats. And from there, they haven't really interacted with you guys a lot. They're going to set out today, most likely. There were 2 other new arrivals that were here. 2 rode in. One who was very much a holy priest, Borny, who is this sort of like blondish mouse, and her companion Priyat, who is sort of like the pack, making sure she gets all their luggage here. And they rode in with the Fresh and Few. From there, they've really been exploring this village at the same time in the nearby surrounding landscape. So I imagine what's going to happen is same morning as usual. Palak, the human mage, comes down and he gets some of his items. Now, the thing that's going to happen is he is going to how to describe it? He gets himself into that corner by the fireplace. I don't know if the fireplace always going in the morning, or is it dead by then, Indigo?
No, that'd be one of the first things I definitely did, is go over and get the fire roasting early in the morning, get some nice heat going out through the tavern.
Nicely. Now, he has told you that his partner or master, it's hard to really understand what exactly their relationship is. The Inquisitor will be stopping by, hopefully soon, but he seems to be growing more and more nervous the longer time goes on. But, he,
So is he packing up?
No, he's
to
not.
leave?
He's not. He actually has been renting this room at your hotel for a long time now.
Right. Okay.
At least more than a week. And he's been
Okay.
holding it for 2 people, basically.
So I'm assuming like he'll come down or whatever, and like I guess Kisa sees him and she just kind of scowls or whatever, and then turns back around to whatever she was doing.
And he'll sort of wave and go, "Huh? Hi.
She just kind of rolls her eyes and she goes, "Do you need something?"
Oh, just some light reading. Some breakfast.
What do you want?
Potato with eggs.
She kind of yells back to the dwarf, "Hey, potato and eggs." That's all he wants.
Oh, that's all. It's not as if I'm doing art back here. And
That's what the man said. You can't blame me for what he wants.
Let's see what's so hard about making some potatoes and a few eggs.
I didn't know either. Look, do you
and-
want anything else, human man?
No, that's fine. That's fine. Water, please.
She scowls and rolls her eyes and goes back over to the bar
Oh my god.
to Jago.
Alright. Let's go ahead and roll. Alright, let's see what Malik, he got 2 successes. Okay, so per every day, Marm, your son has disappeared again. Make a perception check.
Okay. 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 Okay.
That camouflage roll is every day. That's what he does.
No, seriously though, where's my perception? Oh, it's observation, right?
Yeah, you could do observation instead, yeah.
Oh no, it's perception. Sorry, I didn't.
I think it's up to you, really.
Yeah.
The obstacle is 2 because you got 2 successes.
Okay. 2 successes.
Oh my god, he's on the roof again.
Or 3 successes.
And
roof?
he's on the roof again, and he is scowling down at the various birds that sort of alight themselves on the lower parts of the roof, as well as other, like, he's trying to find the best spot to become a gargoyle. And you can see, like, his stony skin, like, he's sort of, like, rubbed it down so it looks like worn stone. And he's sort of, like, pushed his, like, ragged hair back, and he's, like, just sort of, like, rolling his big shoulders forward like this. And he's, like, trying to make his arms hang as still as possible as he, like... And he's trying to sort of figure out what is the best way for a single... Where's the best spot on this building for a single gargoyle to sort of situate himself?
Malik.
No answer.
Malik.
Still no answer. He doesn't even blink.
Malik.
His head sort of like it moves with this like very crooked manner as it looks down at you, and he's trying to be creepy as fuck. Like the rest of his body is like still,
Yeah.
and the head just goes, and he just bugs out his eyes at you.
Yes, darling, you're very scary. What are you doing? I know you have this weird obsession, my son, with gargoyles and camouflage. We've talked about this. We have work to do. We've got work to do.
I'm looking for customers! And I'm hiding in plain sight.
And what will you do when you see a customer?
I'll watch.
And how does this help business?
I am... I'm impressive.
You are very impressive. But there will be time for hiding later. And time for camouflage and gargoyles later. Right now, there's a lot of work to do.
He sort of
Every morning she spends half an hour out there yelling at the gargoyle. I swear.
I turn back. If you want to, I can spend longer out here.
Do whatever
Say
you
it very
want.
loud. I mean, you're outside.
Okay, good.
At this point, Priyat and Borny enter, and they sort of take a seat over here. And the two rodents sort of begin chatting with one another. You notice that Borny is very like she's still like riding off of that. It took her a while to realize that the dandelion was actually very alcoholic. Indigo. So she is just out of it.
Gisa's gonna go over to them. She's gonna be like, "Well, good morning, you two. Would you like anything to drink or eat?
Yeah, some water in my throat. It's got a bit of a tingle to it.
And for
And-
you?
Take some, you got some salted pork or something like that? Something really fucking,
Salty?
yeah.
I'm not sure we can do pork, but I'll see what we can muster up. She'll go back to Jago and she goes, hey, 2 waters. Oh, did you want anything to drink, dear?
Oh, dandelion. She sort of like curls into the ground. To get our spirits up this morning. Ain't that right, Barney? Yes, sure.
I'm not
Yes.
so sure. Well, I mean, all right, if you really insist. She'll go over and she'll go over to Jago. She goes, water and some dandelion. Don't fault me. She asked for it. And then she'll yell back to them. She goes, need something salty. Pork would be fine if we have it.
Salty! Salty! For breakfast! That's good, yeah. Sure.
Hey, it's not me. It's the customer.
I know, that's why I'm speaking loud.
They just want some pork. Throw a little salt on it. You know about flavor, don't you?
I don't throw salt.
So salty.
The application is one of precision.
Look, they don't
Gibbs,
care about your precision. They just want the meat with salt on it.
At this
Oh,
point,
I just turn around at that one and just start walking down the bar, going to get a pitcher of water, and I'm like, doo.
Marm, you see in the distance a horse. Actually, I don't know. Gibbs, you don't have a horse. I would say you've been hitching a ride with a particular individual, and you come to this walled off town that is it's fairly westward, and you're a little bit surprised. It looks empty and abandoned. But the elf you're traveling with explained that it was inhabited by apparently some individuals who were running a hotel this far off from the human kingdoms, and you've basically heard that it's fairly got a good reputation, but it's got like this feel and description that it is like a home away from home in a sense, if people could go this far away from their home. Which in this time of age, that doesn't happen very often. So I would say you start approaching it. You're sort of riding in this wagon along with this elf that is driving the horse forward. And he pulls up, and Marm, you see this happen, and you see your son lock into position, and his jaw just like drops like that, and he sort of like whispers down and says, I gotta make a good impression. Don't muck this up, mother. Are you in troll form, by the way?
Yes, I am.
All right. Seraphine, as you step out, you see a luxurious and large building with 3 different floors. The ground floor is massive, and it actually looks like if you could fill this place up, it could be like a real party. The only real fixture that is a little bit out of place is this gargoyle that is scowling down from one of the rooftops. And the rest of it is... Now, the garden and hedges, they're a little bit unkempt, mostly because this whole town looks unkempt. Like, there are buildings that have clearly not been lived in. The wall is actually kind of destroyed in some parts. And generally, you get the sense that there is not a whole lot else that sort of strikes this establishment as as accommodating and royal as you might have assumed. And as you step out, the elf, whose name he introduced himself to you before you left the human kingdoms as Tolvo Inari. And he's a very thin elf. He has dark hair, which is very unusual for an elf. And it's very like kept cut tight to his scalp. And he just has these very thin features, and he carries a bow and a spear at his side, but he sort of keeps them locked in place where he sits on the wagon. And he sort of like pets down the horse and looks over to you and says, "Well, we can get a room here before we set out again, if that's all right with you."
This will do fine. Thank you.
I hope it does fine. For your tastes, at least. And he sort of saunters in, and sort of when he walks in, he's dressed in like a very fine clothes, and you can hear the clanking of chainmail beneath his shirt as he enters Indigo. He doesn't carry any weapons with him, but he does sort of lean into the bar and say, "Looking for a few rooms."
Would I recognize him?
No, just he's an elf.
I mean, Keys is probably gonna just like perk up and kind of like pay a little bit more attention to him.
Okay, and then another elf enters. Gibbs, describe Seraphina for us.
So, Seraphine.
Seraphine! Ah!
I was waiting for you to
I
catch
always add that extra syllable.
So, Seraphine is a very proper. She walks with grace. She is royal. She is a princess. And she is, I'd say, about medium height, dark hair, very, very beautiful face, olive skin. And she kind of just like, you can try to think of a way to describe this. You can tell she's muscular. She does defend herself. She doesn't need anybody's help with that. That's...
Are you putting your dukes up, Marm?
No, that was like a fuck yes, you can do shit on your own. You got that muscle definition, but
Rosie
Marm's
the Riveter
still.
No, I think you put your
Mom
dukes
is all
up.
for that. Like,
Gibbs, you're gonna have to teach the troll a lesson. You're gonna have to whip out your sword.
Hey, she can do that.
Do you have your sword on you?
I do have my sword on me.
Oh my god! So you see.
I mean, this.
So you
I was about to
see.
say, because you would have seen me like in the garden when you came in, staring at the gargoyle.
Now,
which was-
Marm,
Yes.
what's interesting is that most of the time when people arrive and you're in your troll form, they are like surprised and a little bit scared of you.
yeah, makes sense.
Seraphine, what is your reaction to this this huge troll that is haunting the porch?
And keep in mind, she's almost like deformed. She's got scars all over her face. Just
Aren't you like twice her size? Like,
Probably.
aren't you huge?
I'm pretty fucking.
Massive stature. That's the
Yeah.
trait. I think.
I'm scary looking, and so like, don't think of my face because my face isn't scary looking. Think of like the
Your
opposite.
face is beautiful.
Thank you. I love you.
Oh my
show the picture.
goodness! I'm so battle hardened. I've got scars all over my face, and I got
What?
jaws. You're beautiful. I
You're
love
what?
that.
It like does a double take. What?
Seraphine,
troll face is beautiful too.
Troll face is best.
Seraphine is not phased by it. She does do a double take, but doesn't show any like any shock or anything by it because she did fight in the war, so nothing like scares her.
And as you enter, all of you notice that she is armed. She does have a sword at her side, or on your back. How do you wear your sword?
It's on her side.
Okay. And Tulvo sort of glances behind. Now, he never really agreed to, like, travel with you. He really just, like, offered you a ride after you and him had a few chats. He has not exactly told you why he's going west. And he isn't too keen on you. It's very clear. You get the sense that he's a young elf.
Question.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we don't know she's royalty. I mean, does anybody, like, the even elf with her know that she's royalty?
Is there any sign that you are fucking loaded with money and power?
Do you have a crown on?
I was gonna say she has like that tiny crown.
Okay.
Yeah.
But other than that, she kind of just like is dressed for travel.
Would Kisa notice this?
Okay.
I feel like...
But she does also have her hair down, kind of like covering the crown a little bit.
I actually perk up a little bit, seeing these guys walk in.
Yeah, I do as well, especially noticing that they're elves.
The wealth there and thinking, oh my gosh, some patrons that can actually pay for something.
I'm gonna go over specifically to Seraphine, and I'm assuming at this point I would have noticed the crown.
Yeah, it's dazzling.
She's gonna take a knee, and then she's well, because I mean she's royalty, and in Elven culture, that's what they do with royalty. And she's going to be like, "Oh, my lady, pleasant surprise. Can I get you anything?"
Seraphine kind of like puts her hand down and helps and like pulls Kisa up. She's like, just a water spine, and you don't have to kneel towards me. I'm actually here on an expedition trying to get all the elves together. If you would like to talk.
Oh, I'm sure that's something important, but let me get you your water first. And she'll kind of like look at her like kind of like confused, like what the hell could she possibly like what with elf like me? And then she'll go over to the bar and ask Jaga for some water.
So didn't the male walked up to me and asked me if they had rooms, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So definitely kind of cleaning off my glass a little bit, as per usual. I always happen to be standing there cleaning a glass with my rag. And I kind of look at the guy and say, "Well, depends on how many rooms you might be needing."
Personally, I just need one. I don't know how many she needs.
So as she's kind of talking to Kisa, while we're having this conversation, I say, "Well, I imagine you need at least 2 rooms. You got any more in your party outside there?"
Just the old horse. You got a stable around here?
Well, we got accommodations for your animals too.
That's good to hear. Just for 2 days, I think.
All
That's
right.
as far as I'll go. She wants to leisure around, sure. That's her business.
Y'all look like the trustworthy sort, so we'll go ahead and we'll get you settled, and you can come down and pay the balance when you're leaving.
Oh, that's kind of you. Thank you.
Kisa sidles up to next to me and she goes, "And if there's anything you need, my name is Kisa, and I'm server / whatever you need here."
I'd slide over a glass of water that Kisa had asked for.
And she catches it and then takes it over to Seraphine.
He sort of waves over to you, Seraphine, and says, I'm gonna get... I'm gonna get the horse.
We'll be happy to help you with your baggage and your belongings. Troll Mama.
At this point,
Mom.
while all of this was going on, Marm is outside seeing this elf lady and man walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Tries to just... As soon as they're inside, I look up to Malik. Okay, new plan.
He nods, his mouth still like...
So, you know how it's important that we get customers to stay here? And you know how they have a lot of money? seems like they do. This is what I need from you. I need to make sure that they're as happy as possible. Do you know what I think would make them really happy? You being the best gargoyle that you can.
Where's that troll boy? We need some luggage brought up in here. Marm!
Never mind.
God.
They should know by now. As Marm is muttering to herself, they should know by now that he's okay. Okay, new plan. When we don't need your help, you're going to be polite. I know. It's just for a little bit. You're going to be polite. And then, once the work is done, you are going to be the best damn gargoyle that anyone's seen. All right?
Yeah.
Questions? Comments? Concerns?
Is it better if I... or is it... like that?
Are you going for scary or are you going for
Malice.
Are you going for malice?
Yeah.
What's
The second one. The first one looks angry. Second one is more malicious.
and then he's
that.
Alrighty. So
You gotta support their weird interests.
So as they come walking in, I'm just shaking my hand. Always out there trying to be a goddamn gargoyle when there's work to be done.
he
There's
just
always work to be done according to you.
Well, there's always work to be done.
So you guys get the luggage in. The horse, Austin, gets put out to graze, and Tovo comes back in. And he just sort of glances about, and he sort of looks over to you, Seraphine, and says, "Someplace."
Yeah, it's something. Not really up to royal standards.
As I am going past to get the best rooms ready,
So
and
painful.
the storage
heart.
up, I'm gonna go past Jago and whisper, just remember that you are the one who asked Malik to help with the luggage. Malik talks to this elf. It's not in my hands. And with
Do
that,
I hear this with my good hearing or no?
I totally
Probably.
my eyes open up wide at this, and I look at her, and I look at Malik, and I look
And I
back at
go-
Marm.
And I go, this should be interesting.
Well, maybe gargoyle's a good job for the boy.
Malik,
Yeah.
do you think you can behave yourself?
I
the
wouldn't
guests?
put on it.
Or
Don't bother the fine lady, troll boy.
hey, he knows.
Or you'll have me to deal with.
Yeah,
At
well...
this, if y'all have me to deal with, I turn to Kisa, get right up in her face. No, he'll have me to deal with.
Giza is unfazed by this. She just kind of rolls her eyes.
Malik.
Mama.
So I know that you will try your best to behave yourself.
Of course. Yeah. Let me be a gargoyle.
I think we can handle without Malik. Would you all agree?
On second thought, I think you might be onto something there.
With the gargoyle, it has been doing a rather good job of decorating the garden.
You make a fantastic gargoyle there.
Do you want me coming out of the hedge?
Yeah, Yeah, practice over on the back side of the building, back by the paddocks there. I think that's a great location.
And he starts he starts getting into his like stone like, and he goes into the garden.
Yeah, one
away
of
from all
these,
you.
you know. Yeah, you
I'm
got
just
it.
imagining all of us kind of huddled in the corner with Sarah
Is Seraphine seeing this?
like watching.
Oh, I'm not huddled in the corner. I'm kind of waiting off to the side to see because Seraphine wanted to talk to me. So I'm kind of waiting for her to, like, make the move, I guess. Or to, like, motion me, like, off to the side or something.
All right.
Is Seraphine seeing the gargoyle thing?
Yeah, I mean, they try to usher him out, but it's
Yeah, Kisa, at this point, Kisa's like... No, Kisa says, you'll have to excuse them. They are quite the eccentric bunch.
Yeah, they are. They do seem a bit unusual. I actually wanted to talk to you. I'm actually going around trying to find elves, where we were, see if you wanted to come home.
I mean...
To kind of, defend our home and get... There's so small left. There's so little of us left. I just think we all need to stick together.
Well, the whole point was and forgive me for saying this, my lady, but the whole point of me leaving was to try and see if I could find an alliance with the other races. And through evidence, such troll here, then, and the dwarf in the back, to see if we could band together since we are so few. But I feel like if we do stick together, we won't last much longer.
Well, that is true, but I still feel like being together is better than being apart where they can pick us off one by one. Because they are taking the elven trees now. And the grape is getting too much for some people, and it's still supplying their elven wood. Soon there'll be none left of us, I feel.
I would have to think about it, but I will tell you this much, that these, as much as I tend to say that I hate them or that I won't do, these are my family. So I mean, not saying that you are not my family, because you are my own kin, but I've come to know these people, and they are what I would consider my second family, my family away from home, if you will, and it would be very hard to leave them. Not to mention I am making a living here, whereas back home it's a bit difficult, especially with, the fact that we are so few and it's very hard to make a living there. I feel like I would be fending for my life most of the time rather than making some money and trying to earn alliances to make sure that the humans are gone once and for all. And she kind of gives a sidelong glance to Palak. She was kind of speaking in low tone to see to make sure that he didn't hear that.
Yeah, by the way, Seraphine, there is a human here, and he is wearing the attire of a circle mage.
Damn it.
Oh no, you're muted.
I just noticed him.
Did you just say something awful and we're very lucky that you were muted?
Please say yes. Please say yes.
No, I was gonna say, did she notice him when she walked in, or was she too focused on Kisa?
Probably not at first, because his garb his back was to you, and he was sort of hanging out in front of the fireplace. So probably not, but now that you sort of realize there are more people here, there's the two Rodin who are eating breakfast, and then there's him. He's digging into a potato. But he does have the garb of a junior student from the circle.
Alright, so she notices that now?
Yeah, I would say now you do.
Sorry.
It's K.
So excited about all these patrons in her town.
Is the pork ready, by the way?
Oh yeah. He sort of like bangs it on the table and starts like, saying, breakfast.
And what does the elf maiden say to the human?
Anything? What do you do,
Jagan was
Saracen?
curious.
I didn't. Are you talking to me or?
I'm talking to Gibbs.
Talking about Gibbs.
Oh, blinked out for a second. She kind of like looks over and then turns back to Kisa, and then kind of like looks back just to make sure she saw that right. She's like,
And Kisa's like, what'd you say?
she's gonna be like, she kind of like gives that look to her, like, is that who I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
Kisa nods and she goes, she like sighs and she goes, yes, that is a human, and yes, that is an elf would want. Unfortunately, I don't have the say here, considering I'm just an employee. I don't own the place. So I don't have a say what patrons they allow into this bar or not. Whether or not I give him good service is a different question, but...
Well, I'm a patron, and I'm a princess. And
as I have noticed.
I'm going to speak with him. Sorry, Abby's face.
All right. You're gonna go.
Wait,
speak
what?
with him.
Oh, she wants to go talk to him.
She gets up and
And she goes, oh, this ought to be interesting.
she strides over. What do you do, Gibbs?
I'm gonna go over, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna go and get the food and bring it to the doors. Or to the, not to the doors,
the rodent.
the rodent. And I'm gonna be like, and here's your breakfast. I'm sure he put as much salt as he could muster into it. If you need anything else, just let me know. I'll be right over there. And she points over to where Seraphina's going and where the him is. She's like, don't hesitate to call my name, but just to let you know, this might get interesting.
I definitely like unconsciously kind of just check to where I keep my cudgel, just like, one of those unconscious
by the way,
reassuring myself that it's there kind of thing.
Yeah. By the way, Kisa would have come down the next morning with her bow on her because of what happened the last.
Oh my goodness, really? Okay.
Like with the last encounter that they had, she's gonna come down with her bow. It's on her back, but
A server just walking around with a fucking bow on their back.
everybody else has the weapons on them. Like what?
No, I keep mine under the counter. Mine's under the counter behind.
Well, she doesn't have a place to store hers, so
I don't have a weapon. Mark doesn't have
you
a
don't need one.
Your
Your fists are your weapon.
How about this? I'll store it behind the counter for you. It's always in its spot.
All right, fine.
If you need it, you can just like throw out your hand like all anime style, and I'll just throw
Yeah.
it at you, and it'll just land
Yeah.
in your hand all perfect.
That's awesome. Okay, I like that.
All right. Gibbs,
I got you.
Yeah, everybody else is doing their own busy work, but you have a chance to go towards this human. What do you do?
I'm gonna use Doomsayer. And
Doomsayer.
yes, and if where is it?
Oh boy, this is gonna be good. You have to roll your Doomsayer skill. It's obstacle 1 plus the will of the doomed individual. Palik's will is 4, so your obstacle is 5.
Alright.
Alright.
So I just clicked the dice.
Oh, yeah, but before we do that, let's get your intent. What do you want to do with
Oh,
Doomsayer? What
go.
what is the purpose of this song?
Alright, so kind of not just like I don't just want to intimidate him, but also, I can change one of his beliefs.
Yeah.
Also mine, to make him kind of believe that elves, like, kind of similar to the one that I have.
It is
Maybe that we aren't as bad as what we seem.
Yeah, like all elves are not as bad as they seem and are just trying to find a home.
Okay, so if you do this, and you succeed, he's going to see you as you sing this doom upon him. And his belief will change to something like, elves are magnificent creatures. I should do all I can to protect them. Something like that. Something like that. The actions he takes will be influenced by that. However, if it fails, he is going to see your power as something like that is dangerous, and he is going to be terrified of elves.
I don't know what she's doing yet, do I?
No! You've never seen this shit before. Like, the air of the tavern suddenly grows, like, still. And all the sound, like, almost gets sucked into this aura around Seraphine. And as you begin to deliver the elven rhyme, he whirls and is caught off guard by it, and his eyes are just like, whoa.
Yeah, and I'm like, I've never seen this before. This is definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, you've never seen an elf song being sung like this. I don't know if you even have seen
What kind of elf
songs.
are you?
No, actually, Kisa, you've never seen elf magic before. Like, you've never seen it before. Your people never did.
Hold on, wouldn't I've seen it though? Since I'm
You might have seen like a few songs that they have sung to sort of like busy themselves and sort of like focus their work to make them more like fine and more acute. But this is something that is changing the fate itself.
I was gonna say like nothing like to dominate or like to intimidate somebody.
You have no idea.
Okay.
Like for Jago, especially since he's not familiar with elf magic at all, like for a moment, like he hears the first couple of notes and he's like, oh wow, this is like some magical cool thing that's about to happen here. And then it's like
sing a pretty elf song.
as the mood and the atmosphere.
And Kisa,
and it's like kind of like in the Lord of the Rings where the elf queen like all of a sudden gets all dark and she's like, oh shit, that's
yeah, the fire like turns.
That's what it looks like to Jago.
Kisa,
like his whiskers like droop down and his ears kind of like go back a little bit and he's just like, oh my god.
And at this point Kisa like kind of like comes up next to them to like make sure she's near her bow in case shit goes down. And she's like, don't look at me, I have no idea what this is. I've never seen it before.
Yeah, and this happens in an instant. Like, you guys only
and
have
she's like, doesn't even...
You have, like, 1 second of, oh, what's happening before I'm going to make you do something terrible, okay?
And then she looks, like... Kisa looks over, like, at the others, and, like, she's, like, just as terrified as you guys are.
Seraphine, are you ready to roll? Oh, by the way, what forks do you want to use for this?
Okay.
What related skills or wises do you think you can add to this this song that you are reciting?
I
I'm
can
gonna take a look.
sing. Can I sing?
The sing is definitely a fork, yeah.
I think I had 2 sing the songs for some reason.
So yeah, you have sing, that's one.
What's Voice of Age again? I can't remember.
Voice of Age. Voice of Ages, I think. I think Voice of Ages is something like the history song.
No, that was a Ballad of History.
Oh, that's right. That's so obvious. Announcing, the Elven Lord lends weight and authority to their opinion, such that none can defy them.
I'm adding Voice of Age.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Alright, so that's sing of songs, sing of... Can I add Song of Lordship?
Song of Lordship. Let me check. Oh god, where is that? It must be a skill song. Song of Lordship. This is etiquette, yeah. It's basically elven etiquette is Song of Lordship. So yeah, you could totally add that, yeah.
Could I add etiquette? Does that have to be proper when singing it? I have to like make sure I get all the words correctly, so I have to do etiquette.
Actually, yeah, you also have to be careful not to use words that are not meant to be directed at humans.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're using words that will not ruin him, unless that is your intent.
No, that is not my intent. Just change his belief. All right, so that's 5.
5, and the obstacle is 5 actually.
That's all I can do.
Ooh. Okay, so let me see what you can do if you want. I can't believe I'm gonna recommend this. I think if you want, you can tap your I wonder if you can tap your grief. Let's see. The limit of grief, mitigating grief.
Do I have my grief on here?
Yeah, you have 3 gray for your grief.
It was 4 gray.
4 gray. That's right. Okay. So where is Artha? Earning Artha, spending Artha. Persona points.
Unless I can add Elven Citadel to it, but I don't think I can.
I don't think you can.
No, it'd be
You could spend a persona point to add 1 if you want.
Nah, I'm good.
All right.
My 1 persona point.
And this is open-ended automatically because it's a magical skill. So go ahead and roll whenever you're ready, if that's all you think you can do.
Okay, so roll and then
You have I think you have 2 modifiers, I think? Yeah, you just click Doomsayer, the dice, and then you have 2 modifiers, and then you have no Artha, and the base obstacle is 5.
I'm clicking and it's not doing anything. There it goes. Okay,
Yeah.
modifier 2.
For Sing and Voice of... Oh, no, 3, because you're doing Voice of Ages, Sing, and Song of Lordship.
And then there was one more that I added.
Which one was that?
And this
There was the etiquette.
Etiquette? Oh, but that
And
was... that was the one you added, though.
Okay, I did sing, Song of Songs,
Oh, that's right. Okay, so it's 4.
Voice of Ages, Song of Lordship, and then etiquette because I have the skill etiquette.
Oh, you do? Oh, I see it now. Okay, yeah, so it's 5.
So modifiers 5.
Yeah, holy shit.
is this something that we can help with?
No, and I will explain why in a second.
Could I possibly help if I wanted to?
You don't have any skill songs, do you? Unless you have Song of Songs, you cannot help.
No, actually, let me check.
I was going to see if my Tavern Tales Wise might be able to help me out.
There is going to be a reason why you can't help. I will explain why.
Okay.
Come on, I'm trying to look at my skills. Give me one second.
First, I want to see what happens when she does
I have
this.
sing,
Sing?
but I don't know if I would want to help in this situation.
I don't know if that will help. I don't know if you want to help because you never
I
seen
don't
this
really
type
want
of...
to. I just want to kind of sit back and.
So just go ahead with modifiers 5.
Yeah.
Did it not work? I hit submit. What?
Oh yeah, it's gonna ask
Oh,
you if
Artha.
you want to. Yeah, if you want to spend
Uh,
Artha, just say no, 0.
And then base obstacle it's 2. No, 5.
5. Okay. Oh no!
Dang, so close. I should have spent that persona point.
Oh shit. Okay.
So interesting.
All right. You missed it by just 1. So make sure you put down a routine test for Doomsayer.
How do I do that?
You can go to.
routine.
Yeah, there will be a little circle that you can tag in. So he is going to have a belief that says elves have.
I have a new friend.
Oh, thank you for that follow. My name's Art. Thank you for that follow, man.
Thanks, Art.
Yeah, thanks, Art. We're happy to have you. He's going to have a belief that is elves have magnificent power. And
He hasn't had his beliefs done yet?
I have them in a different document.
Oh.
But I'm gonna go ahead and just change the first one to this. He has beliefs and instincts, but I'm gonna make sure I write this down because I haven't transferred all the stuff to the character sheets because I have them on PDFs instead of the Roll20 sheets. And terrifying powers.
Do I have to change
I
my
must do whatever I can not to anger them.
I mean, that's a good belief. Don't anger the elves. Do I have to change my belief or leave it?
You kind of have to do that. Yeah, you have to change one of
Yeah.
your beliefs.
It was. Do I change it to what he believes?
Yeah, you have to.
So don't anger the elves.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Doomsayer
that's the
is
consequence.
Doomsayer is fucking powerful, yo.
Oh
So,
my god, okay.
Let's see. Doomsayer. If the doom is... Oh, wait, you didn't successfully utter it, though.
No, I didn't.
So you don't have to change your belief.
Okay.
But this is what he is going to be happening. If you... Let's see. What is the end result of his new doom that you have uttered to him? What do you want him to do?
He's now terrified of elves, right? Elves and magic.
It depends. What do you want him to...
Shit.
Go ahead. Like, tell me what you want him to do at the end of the day. Like, there has to be something he specifically can do. Whether it's destroy his wand or renounce... Oh.
Destroy the wand. Well, or not destroy it. Give it to me.
Give it to you?
Give it to an elf.
Give it to an elf.
Yeah, just give it to an elf.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Don't destroy the wand. Just give it to an elf.
Ah, I see. Okay. So here's what we'll do. I need Jago.
I should rephrase that because it's an elf, but I didn't want it as. I should rephrase it to a good elf, not a dark elf. Give them to a good elf.
Okay.
A non-dark elf.
So elves have magnificent and terrifying powers. I must find a path to lead me away from magic. Away from magic. For it is...
Oh, snap!
For it is... For it is... What is it? It is... a horror to behold.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Alright then!
Alright,
Damn.
that is going to be his new belief. Jago, Marm, I need you to make steel tests.
Okay.
I don't have to make that, right?
No you don't.
You're an elf. You don't have to.
I was gonna say, I have a
Yeah,
feeling
you're
my
immune.
weapons-
You're immune.
I have to? The rodents in the bar.
Say
area,
what?
do they- The other rodents, the other patrons. Don't they have to?
Yeah, Priyat and Borny have to do this. Let me look up the obstacle. Steel.
Doesn't, oh yeah, because the other elf is an elf, duh.
Yeah,
so-
he's...
It's a straight roll.
Hold on. Obstacle 1. I'm trying to find out what the wonderment. Con for steel test. Base obstacle is 10 minus will. So, what is your 10 minus will, your hesitation? Oh, 4. So, for Priyat, it is 4. For Borny, it is 6.
Oh shit.
So you'll find your hesitation below your steel.
Okay.
Palak also has to do a steel test. Oh my god, he has only 2 steel.
Oh my god, he just failed!
6.
So
Oh.
Everybody's failing.
I already
Alright,
have
so Borny, Priyat, and Palak are utterly astounded. They
So I'm
are...
pretty sure we just lost our patrons, guys.
I only have 2 steel,
Oh, honey.
and I also have skittish, which gives me a +1 to my hesitation, so that only counts as 1 steel.
Okay.
Is
Oh
that right?
god!
So how do I roll that?
You can only roll what you got.
Do I
That's
just
it.
roll steel or what?
Yeah, you just roll your steel. The obstacle is your hesitation.
Oh, I see.
And you're going to be hesitating depending on how bad you fail.
Can I add
How do I
modifiers?
have such a high fucking hesitation?
It's
You're a
10
You're a
minus...
troll!
It's 10 minus your will. What is your will?
Your
My
will
will is only 2.
That's
Only
why.
2. That's why.
There it is!
That's why. All
Is there
right.
something we can add modifiers to, or is it just a straight roll?
It's just a straight roll.
I
and
can't help them in any way.
I
can
don't know if you can add... It depends on the skill. If you have a skill that thinks it makes you a hard ass, maybe.
She's
I
a
have,
troll! Like, are you serious?
Oh, there's
No,
conditions.
no.
Oh, good.
I have a dice trait. Is that something that would help?
I'll give you only what dice trait? What trait?
Well, skittish is the one for sure that I would
Oh,
have
shit.
to apply because it's
Because-
+1 to hesitation.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So you got to roll +1. So your hesitation
And then,
is...
but I also have quick-blooded, which makes me angry easily, I would assume.
Hey, Fork, Shadow's saying that he thinks that common situations of being together with the party gives bonuses.
Yeah. It's +1 if you're in a group of friends and allies.
Which we are.
Which you are. So I'm gonna actually roll one more dice for each character here. That was for Borny, Priya. Damn, Priya. Okay, so Priya actually succeeds. She's not phased by this at all.
Dang! Fucking maxed it.
Yeah.
I also, I have a commune, which is a 1D affiliation with home or nest.
Unfortunately, that won't work with this. This is not circles or anything like that. That only relates to Rodin.
Okay. Would quick-blooded do anything?
Quick-blooded. Let me look it up.
I will be right back, guys.
Okay. Meow.
Because I know that's supposed to like make me get angry easy or something, but I'm also skittish, so I'm either gonna fight or flee pretty much in any situation.
Is it a character trait, quick-blooded?
It's a die trait.
Die trait? What the fuck? Quick-blooded. I can't find it. Weird.
Okay. Well, we
Okay,
can
let me
skip over it for
keep
now.
looking in this case.
Yeah, just for the sake of brevity, we can skip it for now. So with the +1 to hesitation, does that add to the difficulty?
+1 for the agitation.
The hesitation.
Yeah, it only adds 1.
To the difficulty, not to my modifiers.
No, only to the obstacle.
Okay.
Are you sure it was? Are you sure it was quick-blooded?
Yeah, it's listed under die traits.
Okay, I might have mistyped it, but I'm not sure what it would be. So it's like no.
That's fine. So I get the +1 for the group, but then I also have a +1 because of the skittish to the obstacle.
Yeah, so the obstacle is 1.
Okay.
Oh no, the obstacle is 6. No, the obstacle is your hesitation +1.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
No Artha?
Unless you want to spend it.
Eh. So 8, so 9. Base obstacle 9.
Oh, geez, 4? Okay. Interesting.
I mean, 5 successes. That's actually pretty darn good.
It is.
Yeah.
It is pretty, okay, Amarm, did you roll?
Okay, no, not yet.
Okay.
So, just so I'm aware, there's a +1 modifier from being in the group, correct?
Yes.
All right, and can I add modifiers for, would it be skills, traits, life paths? Like, because the whole thing is what we're trying to avoid is we're trying to avoid getting our belief changed or being, like, overcome by this magic, correct?
Overcome by this yeah. You're going to be overcome with this magic if you fail. Or by the effect of witnessing it.
Yeah. Would I be able to use ugly truth for myself?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Dreamcat strikes again.
Ah, Moxie.
So what happened? Did I miss anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna use a.
Oh, cat, please, don't.
What? So what I miss?
I'm gonna use a persona.
Not much.
point.
We're trying to figure out how steel tests work.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So.
So I would say, go ahead and just roll +1. And
Okay.
your obstacle is 8.
Yeah, and I've got to steal.
Oh no, Jago
6.
failed.
No Artha. And base obstacle 8. Because. Yeah, because I was about to say
Oh my.
I rolled 6, but it's not.
So you only hesitate for 2 actions. Indigo, you hesitate for 9. So here's what happens. You have to choose what you do when you are caught off guard by this doom that is spoken to Palak. So here's what's going to happen. You have 4 options. You could choose because you failed. You have to do one of these 3 things, or 4 things. You can stand and drool, which means you literally are there. You just blink and you stare at what has just transpired. Because you can't register what's happening. You're overwhelmed. This song is legitimately one of the most beautiful things you've ever heard, but there is a malice behind it that demands the fates to be brought down to their knees to follow the recited phrase in this elven language. You could fall prone and beg for mercy.
Okay.
That's another option. You could run screaming, where you get to run at your top speed and get out of there. Borny is going to do that. Borny sort of falls off her stool and literally just runs out of the tavern screaming and begging for Aesir's protection. Priyat, because she succeeded, this little black mouse just sort of watches her go and sort of looks over to you, Seraphine, and what's happening. You can also choose to swoon. You pitch backwards and you're dazed and utterly unaware of the situation.
So I know what I'm going to do.
What?
So as soon as this starts happening, because my whiskers were already drooping down, my ears were kind of already going back a little bit.
Yeah.
As soon as the doom hits me, I just turn and I start running towards my little penthouse, and I just dive in there. And as I'm diving in there, I use my tail to swipe out the little thing that I use to prop open the door hatch. And I just literally dive down the ladder and roll into my room and use my tail to swipe open the pole as the thing comes slamming down. I crawl back up a little bit later and I just kind of use my head to peek it up just a little bit. And I'm looking out.
I see this and I kind of just roll my eyes and I just go, oh, for the love of God.
Mm-hmm. Marm, what do you do?
I'm debating on whether I want to stand and drool or if Marm would run away, but run in the back towards Malik.
Oh.
I feel like she would stand there and drool. That would be true to her troll nature.
Yeah, because if it's happening all of a sudden, I don't think she's going to be drooling for a while, and then after that's when she'll check on.
You only drool for 2 actions. Indigo, you're going to be down there for 4. Palak is going to... there are lots of things he can do. Because he failed, the worst among you. He's going to feel his fate being utterly changed before him, and he is going to run away screaming.
What's he gonna do with the wand?
He's going to take it with him. He's going to go up to his room on the 3rd floor. And
But didn't she instruct him to give it to somebody?
No. His belief has changed, and he is now going to be acting in according to that belief, but okay. You don't know exactly how. But he just sort of actually, no, I think he's gonna... No, this is good, because you are an imposing, regal figure, Seraphine, and he sort of, looks over to you and, just nods and sort of, holds his hand out, as he begins to blabber, and you see tears are streaming down his face as he goes, I won't use it! And he begins to, clasp his hand over his mouth as he starts to trump upstairs in a panicked fashion.
Does Seraphine kind of, guess how old he is?
He's probably, 14.
Oh, shit. That went against...
Yeah.
Against him.
But
Kisa's
then
gonna
also,
be like,
he does have a wand, though, so you have to keep that in mind.
But Kisa kind of like looks at her like kind of dumbfounded, and she just goes, "I think you may have just scared off our only loyal patron. He's been here longer than anyone else and has actually paid for it longer than anyone else."
It does, Shadow. It does advance like a skill.
I mean, he is a human that was holding an elfwood wand, though.
Yeah. So, what happens is Priyat sort of crosses her arms, and she says, "Well, this place was really boring. I was about to suggest they get a bard."
Kisa turns and looks at her and kind of like glares. She goes, "I don't think she's a bard. I'm not sure if you noticed the crown on top of her head."
It's pretty. But I have finished my breakfast. I'm gonna go get my lovely little priest and stop her from calling down fire from the heavens.
I'm sure that would brighten up your day. You did say this thing was boring after all.
From down underneath, I kind of peek up a little bit more. No burning down the bar. It's weird enough in here.
Jago, you can come out. She's done. Palik's gone.
Okay.
I'm not coming out of here for 4
you
rounds.
go back into the garden.
Kisa does that.
Here's what you see. You see that there is your son sort of leaning out of a hedge that he's sort of situated himself into. And to your surprise, there is something else in that space with him. You see, and I'm going to actually shift to this right here. You see that there is 2 figures prowling around the outside fence. And they are on all fours and snuffling at the flower beds as one of them starts to prowl up the edge of the fence and crawl over. You see Palik, his eyes are wide and he is stiff as a board, but he is slightly trembling, and you realize suddenly that he has been hanging in this position with this fright in his eyes for a long while now, and he just refused to move. These creatures are barely clothed. They are lithe and slathering. They look human in a sense until you see that underneath the clothing is this short, ruffled fur that sort of coats their bodies in patches, and they have very strange exteriors. They have very wide mouths and pointed canine noses that are sort of mashed into their face, and long, droopy, furry ears, and these yellow eyes that scan the garden. And you see one of them has a bloody maw covering his furry cheeks. And they begin to prowl and growl and snarl, and you see another one come around the hedge maze over here.
Yeah.
And it sees you.
Okay. Immediately, my reaction at seeing all of this and seeing that Malik has basically been in a position of fear, my immediate reaction is to snarl. Kind of, how far away am I from Malik right now?
I'm a little confused. Are you still inside or are you outside?
No, she
now?
went outside to the garden. You're I'm going to say you're right here. Malik is going to be in this hedge.
Wait just a second. Sorry.
And let me actually get some... where are my tokens?
Where are my tokens?
Does this mean I'm going to be able to fight some stuff?
Yeah, we're about to do that.
Fuck.
these two things right here. One of them crawls over the fence. The other one comes
I'm
around
assuming
here.
I wouldn't hear this with my hearing.
It depends on how loud her snarl is.
Like, would we be able to hear you?
It's. I mean, I don't make it. Marm doesn't make it extra loud on purpose.
Okay.
It's a very instinctual,
Right.
very get the fuck off.
That's
I
my
don't know
son.
who you think you are.
Yeah. Okay.
The way that hesitation works, it works better in fight, but I'm sort of doing this for the scene. I'm going to give you a disadvantage when you enter into this bloody versus test.
Okay.
So here's the thing. You are going to be alone for the first round of bloody versus. Here's how it works. What is your skill that you're going to be using to fight these creatures? Because they are instantly hostile.
Okay. So I have to use a skill, correct?
Yes. It has to be a fighting skill.
Okay. I'm going to be using brawling.
Brawling? Okay. So, what is your brawling?
4.
4. Do you have any forks?
Yes. And so, just to make sure, forks are skills and traits?
No, only skills.
Okay.
Fields of related knowledge.
Okay. I'm going to use intimidation as a fork.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't have any of that. I'm also going to use nursing as a fork as well, just because the reason Marm is acting this aggressive this early is because Malik is
In the middle
right
of this.
there.
Yeah. All right. And here's what we're going to do.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. So here's how Bloody Versus is going to work. You're going to get all of your dice.
Okay.
I love Bloody Versus. I'm sorry, Shadow. And you are going to go ahead and, with that, divide all the dice you have into attack and defense.
Okay.
The successes you roll, the successes you roll will depend on how much damage you do to these things, as well as how much damage you can deflect. Or what you're basically with defense, you're setting their obstacle.
Okay.
Yeah. And their obstacle is immediately going up by 1. Whenever you try to attack them, because you're still you're caught off guard, you're standing and drooling, you just sort of look at them like this for this moment because of that failed steel test.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do 3 attack, 3 defense. We'll split it up evenly.
All right, they're gonna do now. They're getting help and dice from 2, so it's going to be 6d6. They're gonna do 4 attack and 2 defense. So
Okay.
here's what I'm gonna do. The last 2 are gonna be for defense.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god. They rolled no successes. Alright.
Dang.
Okay, so they don't do any damage, but it's still going to be obstacle 2 to hit them.
Okay.
And
this is with, so it's an obstacle 2 to hit them, and I'm rolling an attack with the forks?
With the forks, yes. Well, you already have all your dice, so now you're just splitting them up.
Okay. So, when you say to split them up, split the dice up, the 6 die I have, into attack and defense. So 3 attack and 3 defense. So, with everything together, I've got 6 dice, 4 from brawling, 3 from my forks.
Yep.
Now, I would still be rolling 6 dice, or would I be rolling 3 dice for this?
You would be rolling 3 dice for the attack, and then you would be rolling 3 dice for the defense. So you can roll these separately if you want.
Yeah, I was about to say, because even if I just roll a brawling, that's still 4. So
Shadow's asking about reflexes and stride.
I actually, those are more focused for fight. I generally don't use those pretty much because I really think fight is too slow for the way I game master. But I will say I think what is your stride?
Let's see.
I'm actually curious
And
about your reflexes too.
stride is under attributes.
Their stride
Reflexes, more wound. Sorry, you guys, hang on with us. This is my first time.
Yeah, this is our first. This is our first go.
I
Wait.
think Shadow is trying to help you, Abby.
I'm sorry, Shadow. I am
It's
not.
okay. Like, he's trying to figure out, like, he's trying to explain stuff.
I get you. Okay, so I don't have my Matic. Is it under would it be under weapons?
It
then?
would, but you don't have your Matic, you said.
But Bare Fist is a melee. So I've got stats for that.
Okay.
So I've got under Barefisted, there's a 1 with a B4, there's an M with a B8, and an S with a B12.
Let me actually look with you because I
Yeah.
am new to these character sheets. Let's see. Oh, wait. Your reflexes is 4, and I don't see a stride yet.
Well, I was thinking-
So your reflexes is 4. They have better reflexes than you. So I think what we'll do is just keep it like this. Let's see. All right. So you're going to be using your bare fist?
yeah.
Okay.
Shadow says it's under speed.
Under speed? Oh! Oh, we never filled it in. That's why. Let me actually see.
See, that's what I'm saying. Shadow's being helpful.
Speed is 5. It's up here in stats.
Speed is 5? Yeah, but we need the stride, and that's why I'm
Oh,
looking
fuck.
for trolls right now. Let's see. Trolls... does not say.
He says plus 1 dice for ref and stride each based on rolls.
+1 for reflex and stride, based on rolls? I'm not seeing it.
Based on rules.
Based on rules? I don't really think... I don't think she gets any advantage because of her... Because I know that their reflex is higher than hers.
Yeah.
So they would probably get advantage if that's the case.
Which is fine.
Based on rolls. So I really think, like, because this is our first time going into combat, I'm gonna, like, lean away from all the extra rules. And what we'll do probably is just go ahead and you could roll your 3 dice for
Okay.
each defend and attack, unless you think you can get any more advantage dice. Like, is there something that you think you can, like, get an advantage over these creatures with?
Let me look just a second. And when you say anything to get an advantage over these creatures, that would be...
Oh, now I see. If your stride is greater than 4, you get +1, but you have... Whoa.
I don't know if that was a good woe or a badass woe.
Well,
like,
I just like found out what stride. Yeah. So yeah, that's in fight rules. Actually, the stride rules are in fight. So we're using bloody verses.
Okay.
Do you have any bloody verses to defend? Okay, so I do know that because you're a troll, you have a sort of like a leather armor for your skin.
Yeah.
Let me figure out what defense is for that. Let's see.
Troll skin is -1d of armor.
To
for-
limbs, 2d to chest. So let's go ahead and say you get. Let's go ahead and say you get 2d to your defense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of 3, it's going to be 5 dice for defense.
I'm thinking. Oh, now I see. Never mind. It is in the bloody versus rules. Shadow is right. Higher reflexes gets +1. A longer stride gets +1. So I think they get +1 because of their reflexes. So I'm gonna
Okay.
go ahead and roll a d6.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm looking over it,
Look
and
at
they still
that.
fail.
Helping us out.
And they still fail.
Oh, honey.
And they still fail.
There's something with
Okay.
you would roll 20 rolls, man.
Yeah. So go ahead and
Don't
add.
don't say that.
No, that's exactly the truth, yo.
Yeah, it's been like that for a hot second.
All right, so go ahead and add +2 to your defense roll
Okay.
because of your troll skin, and yeah, we'll figure out what the wounds for them are.
Okay. So
Because
this
if you
isn't-
get any success, actually, just roll your attack because they got no successes. I
Okay.
don't think it matters if you roll your defense or not.
All right. So when you say to roll my attack, just making sure I'm using brawling, but I'm not going to click the brawling dice. It's just rolling straight D6s.
Yeah, because you're with Bloody Versus, you divide your dice into 2 different pools.
Okay.
Yeah. You can add +1 because I think you have a greater stride than them.
Okay. So let's see. It's 3, then 4 altogether. Oh, that's not how I do that. So we're rolling 4d6. Again, thank you guys for sticking
Troll
with
stride
us.
is 7, that's correct. Oh wait, your stride is the same.
Okay, so 3.
So yeah, no, you just roll 3 dice.
Okay, so this is for my attack, guys.
Yeah, do /R. Oh, you did
Oh,
it.
shit.
Okay, 2 successes.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So you're able to hit, and you're able to beat the +1 obstacle.
Okay.
So what is your your fist is B4 for incidental wound. So whenever you do strike a creature, generally you always do an incidental wound,
Okay.
and that's the lowest one, which is 4. And you could spend extra successes to increase it, to increase the damage. So I
Okay.
believe if it costs like 1, I think. Let's see, striking your opponent, landing the blow. May dedicate from improve his aim in the blow. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No, this is gonna have
Let's
to learn
see.
this shit, man.
Yeah. Oh, it costs. What is the ad for fists? 2. Okay, so you need 2 successes more to
Okay.
to get the incidental to mark. So
Gotcha.
you're gonna do 4 damage to these creatures.
All right.
So you're gonna succeed. It's
Cool beans.
yes, thank you, Shadow. You are
No, seriously, thank you, Shadow.
All right, so here's what happens.
Okay.
The roll goes like this. They immediately begin to charge at you, and they have really deadly-looking claws. And as they charge at you, you see that they are trying to surround you and bite at your legs. And one of them tries to jump on your back. And try to sort of dig onto your skin, but your skin is very thick and sturdy. What do you do?
At my attack, Marm is crouched over Malik at this point. What she's going to do is she's going to take the, what's it called, that's trying to get on her back.
Yeah.
She's going to take him and basically just fucking body slam him into the ground. Just kind of as far away from Malik as she can go. So that's going to be the injury or whatever, the
Yeah,
damage.
nice.
And then kind of do that intimidating, fuck off.
Fuck off! All right, and you guys can now clearly hear there's a fight happening in the back. In the back.
You better get off my troll boy.
Keys is gonna quickly grab, just kind of give a look to Jago, and then quickly grab, she's gonna be like, "Can I have my bed?"
Dude, I'm down here still. I'm
That's right. So
just
she's gonna
poking
go.
up my
She's gonna go
trap
behind
yeah.
the bar.
I just
Yeah,
shake
she's
it
gonna
off.
go behind the bar. She's gonna grab her bow and she's gonna dart outside.
While you're
All right.
while you're grabbing your bow and you're standing there next to my cudgel, I look at you and look over at my cudgel, throw it at me, but I don't say it.
All right.
Yeah, I grab
Kisa-
that cudgel and I throw it. In his
Kisa,
direction.
as you sort of start do you start going out there?
Yeah, I'm running.
Okay. The brain of these 3 creatures, you see that it's brought 4 more that are charging down the like.
No, I recognize these creatures.
Yeah, heck no, you've never seen these things before.
Really?
And I'm gonna go ahead and give you a moment to just roll your bow. I don't think they get much opportunity to, because it's a ranged weapon. I think if we do bloody verses, then it's. You know what? Yeah, let's get bloody verses going for you.
Okay.
So what's your bow skill?
It says 4.
4. All right. Do you wanna? How do you wanna? Do you have any forks that you can use for this?
I have. Hold on. Let me look here. It's being
Quick
slow.
question. So for what we just rolled, so like for a successful, do I have to mark anything that was like a pass or a fail?
Yeah,
or is
your
it just-
your brawling is a pass, most certainly.
I have keen sight.
Hold on. What was your You rolled 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Against obstacle 2. I think that's routine.
Okay, routine?
Yeah, I think that's routine.
Okay. And so, and this is another thing that I probably should have asked earlier. So when it's a pass, do you just mark it in the little circle on the sheet, or and just put like a 1 or a 2 or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are how many you need to level up.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
I have
see.
keen sight.
Keen sight. I think that's only good for perception
yeah.
checks. Yeah. Do you have any skills that you think can give you advantage over these creatures as they are
Doesn't
running
really
down?
say.
Okay. If that's the case,
Give me a second. I'm looking. Trying to look and see what I have. I have Call of the Wild.
that's for the hunting skill. Do you want to go ahead and say like, oh, these are kind of
Yeah, like these things. I'm hunting these things basically.
Okay. So go ahead and add 1 to that. So you have 5 dice.
So that's 5. What's the obstacle?
The obstacle to hit will be a base of obstacle 1. If they get any successes, though, that means the obstacle will increase. So here's what we're gonna do. They have, they're gonna 4 plus 3. Okay, so they're gonna split their defense into 4 dice, 46. And you need to start splitting your defense. You have total 5 dice. How many of them do you want to be attack, and how many of them do you want to be defense?
Can I add anything to that? Can I add like a fate or a persona?
Yeah, you can add a persona if you want.
I can't add a fate one.
You can spend fate to explode 6s.
Okay.
That was 4. Here's 3.
So I
Here's
have
the
5.
attack. Okay.
What's the
what?
So I'm probably gonna use. So I have 5. I'll probably use 3 to attack and 2 to defend.
Okay.
Because I'll be defending Marmin Malik, and then I'm gonna attack with 3.
All right. They got 2 successes on their defend and 1 success on their attack. So you can go ahead and roll your dice whenever you're ready.
How do I do that?
Right now,
Did I just roll them 2 separately?
Yeah. You just type /R the dice that you rolled, and then do the other one for the leftovers.
So I would roll like 3d6.
3d6 and then 2d6. And 3d6 is your attack, right? Or defense?
So 3 is my attack. I'm attacking for 3 and defending for 2.
Alright, so go ahead and 2 successes, so you're going to be able to hit them. Alright.
Okay. And then let me roll.
Oh, that's so good. I'm loving this.
Shit.
Ah, no successes. So they're going to do damage to you, but you're going to be able to do damage to them. So both sides hit.
Okay.
You need to roll your die of fate. So with missile
what?
weapons, your die of fate. Basically, die of fate is just a single d6. And depending on what you roll, will grant you a certain amount of damage to your attack. So here's what you need to do. Just roll a d6. That's all you need to do.
Yeah!
Shit.
Can I explode that? Or no?
No. Fuck.
Okay.
You did a total of 10 damage. That is enough to kill.
What?
That is enough to kill. Yeah, missile weapons are really fucking powerful, yo. That's their mortal wound. Yeah, you're gonna kill them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How many do I kill?
I'm gonna go ahead and say you get to kill 3 of them. Like, you just go... Choof, choof,
Yep.
choof, and the 4th one
Rip.
is going to leap onto you, and it is going to do... What was the damage for them? It's going to leap on top of you, and... Yeah, you take B3. So go to your combat.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, let's go to your combat page. Boop.
Oh, okay.
And you're going to take a superficial wound. So all of
What
your...
does that mean?
That means you are hurt now. And
Oh, good.
all of your obstacles are going to be +1.
Great.
Every single one.
Okay.
And go ahead and mark a routine for your bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can.
And yeah,
Right on.
crazy speed stride is like amazing. Weapon speed is also very impressive for that.
How do you mark the superficial wound on this character sheet?
Oh, you go to combat,
Yeah.
and then...
So my challenge just got... I clicked the wrong button. My challenge is like filled in now, and I didn't mean to do that. I don't know
then
why.
click it again.
I did, and nothing's happening. What the hell's going on here?
I'm clicking too. The fuck?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm not
okay,
doing
we're
it.
fine, we're fine, we're fine. Did you click routine already?
I clicked routine. That one should be good, but
Okay.
I only had one on challenge.
Hmm.
So both of those shouldn't be clicked, but it won't, like...
Oh,
That's
there we
weird.
go. Okay, I did it.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, and
So where do I mark the wound at, or did you already do that?
I've already done it.
Okay.
Yep, +1 obstacle.
Where would you find that, though, if I was looking for it?
Combat. It's at the very top of combat.
Okay.
Alright, and that is the fight. The 3 over here flee after getting the tar beaten out of them. They're wounded. Marm, you're unwounded. The 3 here are killed, and the 4th one bites you. And you sort of like, how do you throw it off?
What I'm gonna do is I'm going to.
Oh, that was for Ayami.
Oh shit! Never mind then.
Yeah.
What do you do after it jumps on top of you, Ayami?
Wait, what? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I would start wrestling with it
All right.
and try to get it off me.
So after that, Seraphine, are you doing anything?
What?
Seraphine for kids.
So I was gonna follow and draw my sword
Mm-hmm.
to try and help, cause and it try and help it. I guess there was nothing I could do. There weren't any wolves around, were there? Near me when I
No.
go out.
And these are not wolves. These are something
I mean,
else.
not wolves.
Creatures.
Enemies, creatures,
Yeah,
things.
enemies is a
Nasty.
good one.
Gross.
Yeah.
Dang. All right.
I guess I would have gone near, Marma.
So over
And
here.
go, and try and see if she was alright.
She seems unharmed. Kisa, you do have sort of a bite on your arm from fending off the thing, and it's your shooting arm, so it's
Am
very
Am I are we out of combat now, or?
I think from those 7, 3 are dead and 4 escape.
Okay, so at this point, I'm just I don't drop my bow, but I kind of clutch it hard, and I'm kind of clutching my arm at the same time, be like, damn those bastards, that hurt.
And I noticed that she's hurt. Right, I can see.
Oh yeah, she's bleeding,
Alright, can I use Lyric of Healing?
Yes.
Ooh.
Lyric of Healing.
And then I can add Sing to that?
I think so, yeah.
And then
Let's see.
Song of Songs?
Could I help her with that?
How are you helping her?
I can sing along with her because I sing.
I don't think so.
I had a feeling, but I thought I would try.
There's only one Disney princess here. Come on.
Yeah, obviously it's Indigo.
Oh!
I mean,
Ooh.
I could start singing a song like Jago Reese.
I would love to see that.
Are alive with
I
the
would love to see
sound
that.
of music.
I've been staring at the edge of the water.
Alex singing is like the best thing.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. You want to heal it, right? It's obstacle 1.
Could I add infection because I have infection wise?
Yeah. You don't know where these fucking things have been.
Oh, thank God. Oh, I do have. I mean,
You know what they've been eating.
even if it was, I am. I think I have like resistant to poison or something. Not resistant, but I have something.
Lament of Stars? I'm pretty sure I said that L word wrong.
Lament. No, you can't use that to help as a fork.
I have something. Hold on a second.
Alright, so I can do sing, songs of song, and infection wise.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I have anything else.
Yeah, so just to let you know, I do have, if I'm fatigued or poisoned, I do have plus one dice to health. So, if this has anything to do with me being poisoned.
No, not that you know of.
Okay.
But
Is there any
yeah.
way I could tell? Or?
I don't know.
Could
I don't think Kisa has
Doom of
that
Strength?
knowledge, unless you have poison-wise.
I
Can
don't think so.
Could I add Doom of Strength because it does heal wounds?
Doom of Strength. I don't think so.
Jeez, she's got all the things.
Hang on. Let me read this to you because I have it pulled up. It says
Oh wait, you're right.
She's a fucking badass elf.
I know.
Yeah.
She's our healer,
Yeah,
guys. Like, think about
Doing the
this.
thing, no
If-
big
This
deal.
is our cleric right now.
If successful, the song temporarily reduces the victim's wounding dice by margin of success. You're going overkill on it, I think. It's obstacle 1.
Apparently, she's kin, man.
It reduces now. Here's the thing: it reduces wounded dice. She doesn't have any wounded dice. She just has
okay.
a
So
superficial.
yeah, just do the 3 that I have.
Yeah.
All right. Let me find where was it? Where's my lyric of healing? There it is. All right. Modifier 3. Obstacle 1.
Obstacle 1.
Oh my God. How many dice do you have?
I have 3 helping dice.
3 helping
My
dice.
infection wise, my
Yeah, but so like, how many dice total do you have?
I don't know because I don't know how much the lyric of healing is.
Then just roll in that case, and we'll see.
Well, no, I'm saying is it obstacle 1?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, because I already clicked it. I did 3. It asked for the modifier. And-
Modifier is 3.
Yeah,
No Artha.
and then just obstacle 1.
Just barely.
Oh my God! By the skin of her teeth.
Let's see. What is Kisa's?
How does that help?
You had so many dice. That is absurd.
I know.
Okay, so normally this would take 6 hours to shrug off, but it's going to be shaved in half, I think. So in 3 hours, you're going to be cured of your superficial wound, Kisa.
Great.
Every roll until then is going to be +1 obstacle.
In the meantime,
Oh wait,
I just...
you have to make a health check.
Oh, I get +1 dice. Well,
I think this is how it works.
can I get +1, don't I?
I don't know. Is that true? Failed treatment? No, they this is bad.
Well, it says related. I mean, I could.
I think you
It
get
says related
+1
to
because
poison or
she-
fatigue, but I mean, I don't. I could. This could be poison, so I don't know.
I think you just need to roll a health check.
Okay, how
So
do I?
yeah, with a
So just
+1.
the health.
Yeah, just do a +1 health check.
Oh, +1.
Yeah,
Recovery first, treatment then recovery.
recovery.
So
test
modifier
versus
would be
wound
1?
obstacle. Yeah, so you get +1. You get +1.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
'Cause you
What's
get,
the base obstacle?
1.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, so never mind. Yeah, this is gonna last, like, because you got so many extra successes, you can shave off the time. It's probably gonna be only an hour.
I was just about to say an hour. Yeah, I'm
Yes,
okay with
yeah.
that.
Wow, that's awesome. Elves are OP.
That's why I picked one.
So yeah.
Sweet.
You tend to her, Seraphine, and you imagine that this is not going to be a very deadly wound. She's going to be fine.
I mean, it's bandaged, you know.
Yeah.
I look badass. I got a battle scar.
And that is what happened. What do you guys do?
From my little spot back there, I'm like, it sounds like you guys are doing really well out there.
Yeah, no thanks to you.
I found a good place to defend the bar from in here.
I got hurt, but whatever.
Marm is still totally like instinct mode. If you listen really closely or go up, she's still like almost snarling a little bit softly, and she's still like crouched over Malik, eyeing around everybody, kind of not really seeing who's there. Like,
Kisa kind of looks at her,
still
and she goes, Mom, you can stop now, they're gone. Kind of like her tone is like a little bit softer than what she normally would say.
She kind of looks down at Malik. How's Malik doing?
He's still frozen. More out of fright now than anything else.
Yeah. And okay, she's gonna kind of take his face and start checking him over for wounds. And
yeah, he sort of like closes his eyes and he lets the fear take over for a moment. And he just goes,
Kisa goes, she's like, Jago, you can come out now. They're gone.
What? Is it safe to come out now? I mean, everything's clear down here, and
just come out.
Yes, I had everything under control down there. There's no
thanks to you.
Sneaking in the cellars.
She's like, Seraphine turns to Keith. She's like, is he normally this scared?
Yes.
Well, I'm not always scared. Goes over and grabs a glass and starts wiping it out.
So the man who ran into a cellar when danger came.
I was just.
I'm sorry, not man, a rodent.
I know. Let's be nice.
Rude.
I just got hurt, and you expect me to be nice?
I was just protecting our backsides is all.
So you're lucky I did. We'd probably all be toast by now.
Marm is kind of, you really haven't, at this point, I feel like you guys haven't really seen Marm. One, you haven't seen Marm fight at all. At least not like
maybe
this.
like a bar brawl, but nothing like
nothing like defending.
Protecting your children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mama.
Again, she's not paying any attention to anybody else as things kind of calm down. She's just kind of like sitting on the ground and like petting Malik's head, just like entirely fucking focused on him. But if you like weren't expecting, at least in battle, she was pretty fucking like, I don't want to just say brutal. It's like
she was feral
almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like a regular fighting. It wasn't like she was consciously like
instinctual.
Okay,
it was instinctual.
Exactly.
Yeah, she just like went into full on like protect child mode.
Oh yeah, totally.
Mama bear.
Yeah. Mama troll.
But yeah, there's 3 of the dead things over here. They're starting to bleed. Your arrows were on point, Kisa.
I want to go over and look at them and investigate them.
Okay. They're wearing clothes. You hesitate to say they're more like rags. You notice that they all sort of have the different different pelts. Some of them have more like spotted fur. Other ones have more bristly fur. But all of them sort of have different like shapes and pieces of. They kind of look like if you took some sort of like human creature and sort of like tried to meld it together with various beasts, because not all of them are like canine. Some of them are more. Some of them like have like more round features than sharp. Others in this corpse group, and the ones that ran away had maybe more human features, but the rest of them was quite feral in a sense. And the three that you see, they all have these bands of black iron around their necks, and you notice that there are links of chain hanging from it.
Being a rodent, would I have any idea of what might have made these creatures, just because I know of wizards and doing experiments with animals and human hybrids and stuff like that?
Would
Would it look like anything like that, like from our legends of what they did to us kind of thing?
You might, yeah, but what skill do you think you could use for that? Do you want to start learning a wise?
I mean...
Experiment-wise?
Oh my god. That's
Why not?
terrifying.
Awful experiment-wise.
Fuck.
Do you
With
want
my
to?
observation, could I tell what they are or no?
Observation is used to sort of look for things that are hidden. You couldn't use that for that. You could try to learn a wise.
What about Call of the
Seraphina,
Wild?
do you
Would that
have any
work?
skill that you think would be able to do anything for this? Or Seraphine?
Ooh.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
I keep hearing Seraphina. I'm always like,
I do too.
Aragon?
I'm so sorry.
Question though, real quick before you answer.
Uh-huh.
Can I tell if these match those wolf prints that I saw in the forest?
They actually do not. They do not have those types of paws.
Okay.
If I do want to do this experiment-wise, what would that be based off of? Like perception? Will?
Definitely will, I think. Or wait, what are wises? What's the aptitude for wises? Or the root, rather.
Most of my wises are at 2.
Perception. It's perception.
It is perception.
Yeah, so you would just have to say experiment-wise, mutilation-wise.
Are you?
All wises are perception. Durek and Shadow
Oh
are
my
like,
God.
Shadow, you are awesome, dude. Thank you.
Intelligent.
Yeah. Both of you are.
Okay, so I put 1 dot in that if I want to roll. Try to...
No, you put it in your skills being learned portion
Yeah.
of your character sheet.
Okay, I got that.
Okay, and then you just click the dice and you roll it. Holy shit, 5!
Yeah. I have very high perception.
Wait, isn't it half your perception?
You
Wait,
just said it was perception.
oh my god, I forgot for some reason. Okay, yeah, you can roll that. Oh, but the obstacle is double, so this is going to be obstacle 6, actually.
Oh, fuck.
But I
Dang.
can add from my own skills.
Yes, you can, if you think you have anything.
Let's see. How about Tavern Tales wise, maybe?
Yes, there might
Nice.
have been a few sightings from a few passersby in this instance.
That would be the only one I can add from my own stuff.
So you're doing 6v6.
Can anyone help me?
I'm looking.
What would be needed for this? I don't.
I'm trying to see if I can recognize that if this is like a wizard's work, like a
Would my observation help?
presentation.
No, unfortunately not.
What?
What?
What would that
Observation
help
is
with?
observation is looking for hidden things.
It's not like learning something or like seeing seeing something. So
Oh.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Um,
being
Yeah.
observant in the moment.
Yeah,
Perception wouldn't help because that's not
No.
skill.
yeah, and you can't
Well,
help. You have to help
I
with
have
the
a
skill.
5 in that too.
Gibbs?
Would infection wise help? Because if she can determine if it has an infectious disease, it can narrow down where the infection is mainly at, like what
It's-
city or.
If it was
Well-
evident that there was an infection, but I don't think there is any clear sign that it is an infection, unless you
My
have like some
Go
sort
ahead.
of like history skill or something like that.
Don't.
My tracking wouldn't help, would it?
No, because he's trying to learn something about them. Tracking them
Yeah,
is
this is
certainly
like
an
a
option.
lore. This would be like a lore or history kind of.
It's an
Yeah, I don't
academic
have none
skill.
of that. Nope.
All right, I think you
I
just got
tried.
6v6.
66. I'm gonna add a persona point as well.
All right, so 7 versus
I
this.
tried.
What do you want to know if you succeed?
I want to know if this is like a wizard's experimentation, working with creating hybrids between humans and animals.
Okay, let's go ahead and see if you're correct or not. If you're wrong,
Oh!
Sorry.
oh my god, I think you did it. You put 6 as the base obstacle. The base obstacle was going to be 3, but I doubled it to 6.
Oh.
So
Six.
you actually
Match.
succeeded. Okay,
This is
never
6
mind.
66. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was my bad. That was my bad. So let's see. Brawly knows how to maim bodies. No, Shadow, you can't justify it like that. Oh my gosh, Crit Witch, 500 cheers for learning how to play the game. Booyah!
Yay, we're learning!
Thank you, Crit.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.
All right, so here's what you discover, Indigo. The clear sign that this is a wizard's doing, which it is.
Oh, no.
Is from the banded iron around their necks. This is, as you begin to inspect it, a very special iron. It is what is known as a cold iron shackle. And cold iron essentially means it is basically something that suppresses an outrageous magic from going wild, basically.
So I definitely, as I'm like leaning down and inspecting these guys, I just
And not only that, like, yeah, they're pretty like the cosmopolitan appearance of these creatures. It's obvious that they have been grown or basically transformed in this manner. You're not sure if they are animals first, or if they were humans first, or if they're literally just using magic to sort of smash traits together.
Okay. So I definitely hiss, and like you guys that have known me for a while definitely know that this is not a noise I make unless I'm really upset about something. The only
Yeah.
time you've ever really heard me make this hissing noise is when Jimbo Rat comes around. And then I definitely hiss.
Yep.
Kisa
but,
looks over at him.
And so I look up and I look over at Kisa and Marm and I
Immediately right back on the defensive, yeah.
say wizards.
And she goes,
Wizards made
Were
these
they
creatures.
human?
Once, maybe. Or something else and made human.
You said wizards?
Wizards.
Watch him.
and she,
Mark says as she points to Malik. She's going to go back in the tavern and she's going to get Palak.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
He is upstairs.
good idea.
He is upstairs.
Cheers.
He's already so traumatized, poor Palak.
Palak,
Yes?
come down here.
Oh, I thought you said Malik, not
No,
Palak.
Palak.
Okay, so you're yelling up at the building?
Yeah.
Okay. He opens a window and sort of leans out and says, "What's going on? Hey!
You're a wizard.
I mean, not officially."
We need you to look at something.
What's going on?
And at this, like, again, her face is absolutely thunderous. Apparently, there's been some experimentations going on that have to do with wizards. And we need information. Please come down here.
All right. And he's going to come down. He's removed the overcoat of his uniform, and he comes down, and he's wearing sort of this like lace shirt with suspenders, and he sort of comes down, and he very warily sort of like leans away from you, Marm, and then he sort of leans away from you, Seraphine, and then he just sort of like gets next to Jago and says, "What's going? Oh gosh. You say there were wizards involved in this?"
It's obviously wizard's work. Have you done this thing?
Well, I mean, not for a long time. We don't. It's not allowed.
Dark
This is
magic.
a hedge wizard in that case.
Why would a wizard attack us?
I don't. We'll see. The links are broken. They escaped, I bet.
I spin around to Seraphine. We have not had anything like this happen until you came here.
You're blaming me.
You know that they were following you.
I knew no such thing. Why would you blame me? I'm
Has
just
this
here trapped.
happened
Do not interrupt me
before?
when I'm speaking.
at this? Marv is fed up. Gets literally right up in your face.
At this point, she drops her sword.
Happened.
Yes. She draws her sword, Marm.
She does?
I draw my sword.
She draws her
I
sword.
still,
And she backs up and points it at her. She's like, take one more step,
she,
and you will have a motherless son.
as you point the sword at her, she steps into the sword, so it cuts into her a little bit.
Oh God.
I don't want to fight. I want answers.
And I told you, I did not know they were following me.
Do you know what they are?
No! I'm just as confused as what they are as you are.
Well,
Kiza steps in between she goes, "Look, fighting
There's
is
no room. Actually,
all
no, there's
this."
a sword there, yeah.
Yeah, because of the sword.
Yeah, Kiza like kind of puts the sword down. She's like, "Pardon me, my lady," and then she kind of turns towards Mom. She goes, "Look, fighting is not going to solve any of this. We need to figure out what these creatures are and who it is. Whoever they were enslaved by is going to be here any minute, and we need to be ready for them. Clearly, this is a powerful wizard, considering that he made these things, so it's nothing to be dealing with. We need to figure out what to do and how to act."
Jago, you notice that Palak has sort of put his face very close to one of the creatures, and he's sort of like almost like trying to peer into its nostrils.
Hey, what are you doing all up in that thing's nose there, boy?
God, I'm looking for. Well, it's
It's kind of a weird fetish.
No, it's not. Ew. No, I'm looking for sigils in the
Of what?
nostrils. Well,
What?
if Marm's right, maybe they were following you and you just didn't know.
Duh.
I just tried to
Wizards
see.
always mark their work inside a nostril.
Well, yeah, you can do
little bit
anything
weird.
with these things once you actually start grooming them. I mean,
Why wouldn't
magic.
they mark them on the outside? I guess they wouldn't want to be seen.
Well, they already have. Just look at them. They're meant to hunt.
No, I meant the sigils.
Well, no, the sigils, if they get smudged or if they get, messed up, then, it won't work. That's my job. I'm a cercinationist.
Do you know what sort of sigils these are?
Well, yeah, they're invoking a certain particular scent, I guess, that they should
Yeah.
pick up on.
We don't get along with all that surgeonationism around here. What the hell did he just say?
He's actually going to roll his cercination to sort of understand what exactly is happening.
Seraphine, would you know anything about that since that's magic?
Would I?
Do you have a skill related to that?
What is it called again?
Cercination. It's certainly out of your realm of influence. I
That
think.
is horrible. It's inconspicuous there.
Ugh. Cercination.
Cercination.
Oh my god, he has really good cercination.
I don't know if I know what.
Nostrils wise. Shadow.
Nostril wise, if only. Alright. Let's
practicing my nostril eyes right now.
Cercination.
I don't know if I have anything for cercination.
He's gonna fork 2 skills, one for art magic, the other for, and it's gonna be obstacle 3, I think, since he's quite learned at this. And he succeeds, just barely. Okay, so he nods as he sort of
succeeds.
Yeah, he nods as he sort of gets a better grasp of like the thing's face, and he sort of like turns it up towards the sky to get better lighting. And he says, "Oh God, yeah, they're come here," and he sort of like calls Jago over as he sort of points down into its nostril. Like you see that curve, you could see it spirals out into like a snowflake. If those are in 3 patterns, then and you can actually see their nostrils, like the edges of them, actually do have grooves in them. And you see it's very faint, but they almost sort of, there's like these little indentations like on the ridge of the outside of their nose. And you do see there are like some very fine lines and grooves inside.
And like poke at it a little bit. You sure that's not a bugger?
No, you can't. It's not like they sneezed and it fucking did this. No. These things, they're designed.
Do you know what they were hunting?
Well, that spiral, the snowflake pattern, if it repeats 3 times, usually it's focused towards, well, usually we use that for synchronizing the Elvenwood.
So elves.
I noticed you said we there. You have a hand in making these critters.
I heck no, you can't make these anymore. It's after the Rodin and everything that happened during the
war?
Well, not just the war, but the aftermath. After the Rodin were made, we finally realized they were more than just animals.
Yeah, you're damn right.
You're not allowed to make these things anymore.
Well, somebody apparently ain't following the rules.
Yes, I'm sure we're about to meet that someone very soon.
Well, I'm sure when the Inquisitor gets back, he'll tell us what's happening. That's sort of why we're here.
Who is this Inquisitor you keep talking about?
He's sort of my boss. I'm a junior. Every junior student usually gets the opportunity for an apprenticeship. I just so happen to. I draw his circles for him. That's why I follow around, so he doesn't deal with that sort of thing. You know, he's a big shot.
Yeah, well, looks like you drew a lucky lot, didn't you, boy?
And I mean, it's been great here. I love this place. The service is stellar.
Marv, wow, interrupting everybody.
The service is stellar.
Stellar, yeah.
That's great.
I think he's a bit scared.
Marm scowls.
You notice he doesn't have his wand.
Good.
Seraphine.
Yeah.
Do I notice that as well?
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
How long have you been waiting for this Inquisitor here?
It's been a week.
It's been a week?
Yeah.
2 weeks?
Well, when he set off separate than me once I got to the road. I was just supposed to hold the room for him.
Why wouldn't he have?
Because he went into the soundless. He went into the soundless forest. He was going to come back in a few days. He said.
I'm not relying on a damn wizard to know the answer to this. I turn to Jago. The only reason I am working here is because it is safe and my son is safe. If this changes, you will have seen the last of me. And she's just absolutely beside herself because she needs to do something and there's nothing to do. There are no answers.
Well, you said it yourself. We ain't seen a hair or hide or anything like this before until old princess here showed up.
Not only that, but listen, Mom. I mean, we're not going to go down without a fight.
You said these things are hunters. Do you think they might be tracking this one here? He kind of like nods over towards Seraphine.
How old are you?
I'm
Who, me?
263.
Why would that have anything to do with it?
I'm like 40. She's 260. No big deal.
63.
263.
Those three. Those three are important.
He sort of nods and says, okay. I mean, she's not 500.
What happens at 500?
Well, usually the older an elf is, the more potent the aptitude.
So these things are trying to
The more
catch us.
potent the smell.
There's not many elves that old, though. If she's the only one that old in this area, she probably sticks out like a cow pie.
Well, we got an elf right here, and she's been here for some time.
She's young. And, like, Marm is only 60. So compared to Kisa, it's not that old. But still, having been around...
Yeah.
Oh, she's 70, actually. But still, having been around, it's kind of common knowledge that Kisa is young for an elf.
Yeah.
Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Two life path elf. I love it.
They're trying to
Hey,
make a tree
I
out of this
feel
thing.
like that's an accomplishment. Like,
Yeah.
How do they make an elf into a tree?
You
don't.
don't make an elf into a tree.
Kisa glares over at Drago and she goes, they don't. When we
Wow.
die, we turn into one.
So they're
It's
trying to kill
ancient
her.
magic. Probably some of the ancient magic that only the elders would know. And even then, they wouldn't know much because they themselves have never been able to explain it. Something our ancestors instilled hundreds of years ago when the first elf was born, or however you wish to call it.
So if these creatures were to kill the princess, she'd turn into a tree.
Yes.
They could harvest her.
Oh, well, hold on. Just killing an elf doesn't make an elvenwood tree.
No, not
I don't know much about
necessarily.
your nature and your history.
They have to die naturally for them to turn into a tree.
Like old age, natural causes, a heart attack. What do you
It's
mean?
not death.
It's grief.
It's not death. I
Yeah,
know
and
it.
Seraphine says very clearly, it's grief.
Yeah.
Grief is what
If we are put under enough amount of stress, we get what's called grief. If we get enough of the grief, we turn into a tree.
Yeah, you should have Jimbo as a relative.
Gibbs,
You get
you're
all the grief
royalty. You can take charge of this if you want.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure they'll listen, but
With grief, it would not surprise me if they are hunting the eldest of us because we have so much grief due to the war. And having fought in the war, the elder elves, most of them have succumbed to grief.
Fucking elves.
Excuse me?
Just die.
Mom,
Have to be grieving, and they have to make a big scene out of it, and there has to be power in it.
you do realize that this was not our choice.
Who is just so protective of her son, and I'm trying to save a race.
Kiza steps in between them again and she goes, look, it wasn't our choice. Our ancestors did it. So blame them, not us.
Oh,
Just because it's in our heritage doesn't mean that it was our choice.
I think we can all agree that the humans have done each of our races real bad. And kind of look
Exactly.
back over at Palak.
And
All
Which is why,
races,
and I, well,
trolls.
well, she goes, which is why, and she turns to Seraphine at this point, she goes, I came here to try and band these races together because clearly the humans need to be dealt with.
You all.
I have a sort of solution to the humans. Instead of killing them, talk to their children. Because the children are the ones of the future. They can They're the ones that can make the difference, not the adults. The
I think
adults,
we should send Troll Mama to talk to all their
They
children and
could
they'll scare
never
them.
understand the
I think the
not the audacity, but I don't think they would be able to comprehend that ideal.
if we get them away from their parents, maybe.
They'd be too young.
You're going to kidnap human
Kidnap.
children.
Not kidnap.
Mom, where the hell are you getting all these ideas from?
She just said that she was
You-
going to.
I did not
Make
say
them learn
None
about
of us
their
ever
parents.
said the word kidnap, Mom.
As a mother,
the.
it's hard for children to learn different things than what their parents taught them. If they have parents that are there all their lives, you have an inbred instinct to do things. I grew up with trolls. Do you know how long it took me to crawl out of the pit and
Trolls are
stop
different
the
than humans.
bloodlust? If you are raised a certain way, it takes a lot to change a pattern of thinking. And at
Which is
that,
why-
Dawn is going to go back to Malik and just kind of like she's done with the conversation.
Is this why the boy keeps acting like a gargoyle?
I would assume so. Look, we need to figure out how to stop this wizard because I have a feeling that he's going to be here soon. And she turns to Palak at this point. She goes, "Do you know what a hedge wizard looks like?"
No. I mean, they certainly don't wear uniforms to let you know that they're the wizard. They wouldn't wear a sign that says, "I'm a wizard. I'm not with the circle."
Wouldn't your people, your boss, your inquisitor, wouldn't they know about some sort of evil rogues running around casting spells and turning innocent creatures into monsters?
I mean, his name suggests it.
He gets very quiet.
I'll
You
take
don't
that
have
as a yes.
a book made out of elf paper there somewhere where you keep your notes on and all of this, do you?
There's kind of a specific reason we came here.
And that would be?
Another junior student of mine kind of stole staff, a really old one, and she fled west. The Inquisitor,
What does the staff have to do with you?
it's very old.
It's made of elven wood, isn't it?
And he says Inquisitor Velstadt was charged to find her. And once he does,
Answer the question.
of course it's made of elven wood. It's not just some silly wand, it's a staff!
How old is the swan? There's a staff.
It's legendary. It's one of the first ones ever made.
Does it give a wizard the power to create beasties?
That takes a lot of study. It certainly would give him...
So what can it do?
Trying to stay in character, Abby. Knock it off. She's laughing at all my stuff.
Aww.
I'm just petting Malik's head over. Ignore me.
I would say he tries to explain, because none of you know how art magic works. And he tries... I think he'll try to explain, like, he can't explain. Like, he can't exactly tell you how this is possible, because number one, he's not allowed to study it. He's not allowed to know how you do this.
Why?
It's
Like, is there a
forbidden.
reason?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Like, after they created the
Well-
rodent, and the rodent turned out to be, like, sentient,
Right.
it was forbidden.
She goes, "Is there a way that you can call your inquisitor? Contact him."
No. That's part of the reason. If something goes wrong, I'm safe. Because I'm not ready to take down someone wielding something like that.
Curse the gods. We need to get word to him somehow.
He should be back soon.
You keep saying that. And he's not shown up. You said that for the past 3 days.
It seems like it's been 3 weeks.
Do you know how far west he went?
I couldn't say. It depends on how far she might have gotten. We were tracking her.
And what happened?
Well, the Soundless Forest, things happen there. I don't know if he got
I'm
turned
from there.
around.
I know this.
Yeah, but I don't know if he got turned around or anything.
Is there any way to inspect these chains to see, like, you said there was links, like chain links coming off of the collars or whatnot? Is there any way to look at it and see maybe like how long they've been broken on the ends, if it looks like it's been rusted over at all, or if it looks like it's been a pretty clean recent break?
Actually, yeah, I would go ahead and say there is rust on them.
Can I check to see if anyone's coming down the road at this time?
Yeah, you can look down the road. No, there's no one coming down the road.
Okay.
So
Not from the east, not from the east. To the west, it's just a empty expanse.
Okay. She goes, well, there's no one coming right now, but we need to hide these people somewhere. Maybe in your cellar, Jago, so we can study them more and maybe get some more information while we wait for the Inquisitor to get back.
They're not going in my penthouse.
Well, where else are we going to put them?
We'll put them out in the stable.
Burn them.
People will see them there.
Burn them all.
We can't burn them. We need them for evidence.
Well, it seems like these things have been out in the wild for a while now. Look at the ends of the chains there.
They do also look pretty starved.
Maybe they just wandered by and they were hungry, escaped from some laboratory somewhere.
Sounds legit, but a lot of things like that come from Soundless Forest too, so...
I feel like maybe there's a wizard operating in the area, the territory.
Either way, we need to figure out what to do with these. Our patrons can't see this, otherwise we might lose business.
Could we just have the troll boy eat them?
Mar
all but one.
snarls at you and goes back to
Tidying him, yeah.
She goes if he wants, but we need at least one.
I mean, I'm sure we can make a shepherd's pie.
I'm sure the dwarf would be happy about that.
Let's ask Vincent next time if he wants to try.
I can ask him right now.
We're gonna close this out. Gibbs, is there anything else you want to do?
Talk to the wizard.
Okay.
Not scare him, not intimidate him, just talk to him because
Talk to you for what you did to him.
he did not know that he was a child. Like she didn't.
That's
like,
kind of why the uniform is the way it is. Like his hair is like finely trimmed so that he looks very official. He's clean. The uniform makes him look bigger than he really is.
She's hanging up. She's like, "Wizard boy, how old are you?"
I'll be 15 in the next month.
And why did you choose to be a wizard? Why are you hurting our culture? Why are you hurting our elven trees?
I didn't mean to. It's something you, if you have the aptitude for it, it's a good job. I started out the son of a carpenter in the city. I wasn't good at anything. I'm smart. I got to go to school. I can read.
Smart enough to move to a position where you can go out hunting elves, turn them into wormwood.
I just draw circles.
Elfwood, whatever.
I don't do that.
Do
I
you
just
need
draw
a
circles.
wand to draw these elf circles?
I need them to imbue them with power. Yes, that's how I can keep spirits away. That's how
Where does the power come from exactly? Does it come specifically straight from the wand, or does it come from you?
With magic, we don't.
Does it come from you, or does it come straight from the wand?
It comes from all around us.
So no on the wand.
The
You
wand
just use
is
it more as a channeling tool.
Yes, that's how we're able to get mastery over it.
So then why can't you channel it through your hands?
They're not made for it.
Or a book?
Why don't we, instead of arguing, try and reason. Maybe instead of you hurting our trees, we can teach you how to channel it through your hands or through another device or a book.
He looks skeptical.
I wouldn't mind that.
He looks very skeptical.
And she kind of turns to him. She's like, but before I continue on, I do want to apologize about before I was in the elven human war. It kind of just seeing the magic and the wand, it kind of just brought back the bad memories, and I am terribly sorry about that before. I know I do not deserve forgiveness about the whole doomsayer thing.
Wow.
It's not like anybody was like real intimidated by that or anything. I mean,
You're one to talk, Jago.
Man.
But I really do apologize about that.
He nods, but you can certainly sense he is, it is a moment that will live in his memory for a long time.
Yeah. Kiza steps up and she's like, look, we're just trying to educate these people about why, it's wrong. And not only that, but to try and save our dying race. If we were killing your race off, you wouldn't want to do the same, correct?
I don't know what I do. I'm just sort of swept up in this right now. There's a lot happening.
So are we. But more importantly, our focus is trying to save our race from dying. We will have to use force if necessary, but we'd rather educate first than go straight to violence.
Well, before I do anything, I have to write a report. I gotta make sure I get this down while this is fresh in my head.
walking a dangerous line of the dark road and with that kind of thought.
Who's the report for?
It's for the Inquisitor, and once he gets the report, he has to report it back to the Circle.
Let's just keep this between us for right now, until I can talk to the Inquisitor myself. I think it'd be more official if an elven princess were to come to the Inquisitor herself about this.
Wow. And I think that is a good place to end it.
Oh my god!
I think that's a good place to end it. Alright.
See what you did, Gibbs?
Right.
See, I'm not the one who did it this time, guys. Aren't you proud?
It wasn't completely burned down, but
it wasn't me this time.
Alright.
Instead of like speaking to, if I think the Inquisitor is who I think it is, instead of speaking, she's gonna straight up and use Song of Sword on her sword and just like straight throw the sword at him.
Oh my
and
god.
that's what I think it is. Please tell me it's not General Orlando. Please tell me it's not him.
You don't know.
Oh my god, if the Inquisitor is Jimbo.
You don't know.
the Inquisitor is Orlando Bloom.
Whole story behind.
I love you.
Okay. Orlando.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get some rewards going. Since we're done with this. Since I'm ready. I'm ready. So let's earn fate points. Okay. If you manifested your character's belief in a convincing and entertaining manner, you get a fate point.
Wait, what was that again?
If you manifested your character's belief in a convincing and entertaining manner, you get a fate point.
I think I did that at the end there.
Okay.
I don't know if it was entertaining, but...
Everything Marm does is entertaining.
Okay, good, I'm glad.
I'm pretty sure I did, because I was like, I aim to teach them and educate them about the wrongdoings.
The rodent race is more than just a science experiment.
So that's a fate point?
Yep, that's a fate point.
Oh my god, I'm hoarding them so much.
If you played an instinct, you also get a fate point. If you got into a dangerous, difficult, or awkward situation with it.
Yes.
I don't...
Hit
I
first,
kind of
ask
did.
questions later, yeah.
I kind of did.
If we did what now?
I did.
If one of your instincts got you into a dangerous, difficult, or awkward situation.
Well, I showed favor to non-human patrons.
That's true, you did.
So, is that a persona or fate?
Fate, we're doing fate points.
Okay.
What happened?
What was that, Gibbs?
I spoke doom upon a human mage.
You did.
Yeah.
And I sang to a child.
You did both of those, yeah, so definitely get a fate
Dang!
point. Yeah.
When I see prejudice against rodents, I squash it.
I think you did. I think you sort of did, because once he started talking about road and stuff, you were disgusted by this thing
Yeah.
that was being done, the
That was
experiment.
a good touch.
Yeah.
If you acted on your traits, but did any of your traits make life difficult for your character? Do you think? I think Indigo, your rodent traits came into this. It was pretty sad.
Wait, so
Yeah,
what are the
being
traits out of
skittish definitely came into play.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So what is
Let me
that?
look at my
persona?
traits. I don't remember
Fate.
what my traits
We're
are.
doing fate points.
Yeah, I feel like that definitely.
I had Essence of Earth. That helps with my healing.
Yeah, but I don't think it got you into... That helped you. It didn't get you into a difficult
Oh.
situation.
Okay.
Who do we think had the right skill at the right time? When no one else did.
That bow shot, dude. That bow shot all day.
I honestly think it was Indigo. I think it was Jago with that.
Well, we still
knowing
have what?
that the collar was.
Well,
Wizard.
guys, think about it. We still have MVP and Workhorse, so...
That's true.
It's okay, so we're focusing on this right now.
Yeah.
Which one?
The right skill at the right time.
I think it's you and to go with the rolls.
Because I'm telling you, wait, what was the skill? It was not observation. It was you.
The rest.
I actually think let's go ahead and do Workhorse and MVP because
Yeah.
it feels as though sometimes these rewards don't always get used. Like there are circumstances. So let's do MVP and Workhorse to figure that out. So what do you guys think?
I think Workhorse would be Indigo.
Yeah, no, for sure. Indigo was on it with those.
Yeah, Workhorse for Indigo.
Alrighty, and who gets MVP? Do you think?
I don't know. I think Gibbs, in terms of moving the plot forward and bringing it up here, Gibbs just kind of blew that one out of the water. She did the Call of Doom. She didn't back down with Marm.
Yep. She drew her sword, dude. She was ready to go.
Yeah.
I wish you would have just said
you don't have to deal with me. You have to deal with my parabatai. If it's not one, it's the other.
Abby, honestly, she could give you a run for your money.
No,
dude, she's fucking royalty. Oh my god.
You might be indestructible, but she can really mess you up.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Elves are not something to sneeze at.
Yeah, elves are OP in this game. That's why I picked one.
And no, I think that she would have definitely acted differently if she wasn't still like
her son. My son!
Malik.
Yeah.
Otherwise, usually that stuff kind of just, she's used to like, roll off the shoulders, whatever. It's not my problem. But...
Yeah. So I think Indigo, Gibbs, you get persona points. Did anybody accomplish a personal goal in one of your beliefs?
I don't know.
I kind of feel like I don't deserve Workhorse this week because there was like one role that I helped out with, and isn't that like the thing? Like it's not your roles that you're making, but it's roles that you helped out with additional dice.
I don't think anybody else helped out with.
Well,
any
it's
roles.
being the most relied upon.
Yeah.
I was hiding. I just okay, that's fine. I just don't feel like I deserve it, but that's fine.
Majority rules.
Gotta deal with it.
I kinda. Well, I don't know if it's really a goal because I was trying to get Palak to realize that we want to teach him about our race.
We didn't really roll for that. I think.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
We would have to roll for it, and that might require a duel of wits, which we don't have time for.
Okay.
That's
fine.
Does anybody else have one of their goals finished in their beliefs?
I was gonna say that by telling, that's not really a roll. Never mind. Let's say because I used Doom, it did kind of do the whole, but I failed it. I was gonna say the children are the only way to redeem human scum. I will accomplish by telling them the truth, but
you doomed him. You doomed his belief. I think that's a
zoomed him
persona.
hard.
That's a persona point, yo.
It's a person.
Like you
Yeah.
fucking scarred him for life.
Yeah.
See, mine, I feel like it was the opposite. It's like anytime a regular patron or bar staff is threatened, I defend them. But I ran.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, your steal, you just couldn't make it.
So,
So I have a question.
Sorry.
What are fate points used for? Just
They
in
can
general.
explode sixes, and they can also shrug off a +1 obstacle wound, which is what you got. Yeah, you can shrug it off.
Oh. Well, I already did. Plus.
Yeah, you already were able to heal it.
I'm fine, but that's good to know, though. Okay.
are we normally supposed to have more fate points?
Yes,
I have a crap ton of
fate
fate
points.
points
are easy to get, yo. It's persona that you have to work for.
Okay.
Where do the fates and persona points go?
They are on your character sheet
Stats and skills
in the stats and skills.
under art.
Yeah. and-
I think a belief in terms of working towards something, and she wasn't preparing Malik for like going out in the world by like saving him, but before when she was like
The gargoyle thing. Oh man, I think that's another. Like, you keep building on his development. I think you should get a persona point with that. I think that's very good. Very good.
I'm
think it's
loving
another-
Malik. The more that I go on in this campaign,
I really like. I need to roll.
Yeah,
play
I
more.
like him too.
I love Malik. He's so.
So.
we're gonna have to. Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah. Did anybody play against their belief? Like, did you deny your belief in a dramatic manner?
I mean, the only belief I feel like would have even relate to that is it's better to remain innocent than ignorant. But that's a stretch.
That is a stretch.
I mean,
So
Because
I did. Well, it's play against belief.
yeah, it's playing against the belief. Like, specifically, like the belief should be rewritten.
I did do it
That is
against
like-
an
that is like the
instinct. Does it have to
material.
be against the belief?
Yes.
It can be an instinct.
Belief. It's belief.
so is that something that's player choice only, or is that dice roll influenced as well?
It could be. It depends on if you think the belief was played out dramatically and that it needs to be changed.
I wish it was instinct based because I could totally do that.
Okay, well, it's beliefs, but I feel like my belief is tavern staff and patrons are family, and I'll do what I can to help and support them. But I went and ran and hid when there was danger.
Ooh.
Which wasn't your choice. It was your
It was
nature.
a dice roll.
Yeah.
That was me.
So
But that still should count, right?
I
didn't
don't
know.
think so. I think your belief got challenged, but I don't think it's yet
But
ready.
he chose to.
It's not
See-
life changing.
Yeah,
it was
because
like a role playing choice.
yeah, it's like, do you think
Yeah.
you're now going to hide all the time, even if you don't roll for it?
Well, he
or-
could have
No.
stood there and
Okay,
drooled.
then. Well, either way, this just reinforces the belief. Like,
Yeah.
if you said, yeah, like my character is now a coward, I'm going to have him run and hide, like, no matter who's in trouble. That would be a
Changing
persona
the
point.
belief.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you think Jago is still like, gosh, I hate that happened. I'm gonna try to do better.
Right.
Then
Yeah,
then
he would
you-
recriminate himself. He'd be like, I can't believe I went and ran and hid, and all the girls went out there and just whooped ass. Like, what the fuck?
Translate. Oh yeah. Translation. Mom and I whipped us. But yes.
But
And Gibbs is on her way out there. She just hasn't didn't do anything but look intimidating.
I mean, I could have done more bloody verses, but I feel
She's
like
a scary monster.
we got across what was happening.
Yeah.
So, what did you guys think of the session? We
was
can go
amazing.
around, and don't forget, you can change your beliefs and instincts whenever you want between sessions.
I think I need to change my last belief because.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
what are you gonna change it to?
I don't see. That's the thing I don't know. So I'm gonna have to change one belief, and then also in terms of challenging a belief, because one of my beliefs is stability is hard to come by. So grab it before it escapes, especially towards the end. She was almost actively. I don't think she actively denied it. She still wants it, but she at this point is willing to let it go with the Jago thing. Like, I can't stay here anymore if this kind of shit keeps happening. Like, but I don't know if that would count as against my belief, because it's not like I'm actively forcing it out of the way. It's more of outside forces. Yeah, I don't think that counts.
I mean, is it more stable to be here than it is to be in a cave? In the Soundless Forest?
I mean, in a cave at the Soundless Forest, you don't have wizards and elf princesses come in with all of their dangers.
Do you?
You might have a random elf princess wandering.
I would say you don't know. The Soundless Forest is basically a forest that's like anything can happen, quite literally.
No, you're true. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, what you can do is try to like add another sentence to your belief, like make it more direct, like I'm going to focus on this specific goal. I'm going to accomplish it because I believe this between sessions. Honestly, we can now sort of go around and do the plugs and stuff like that. Gibbs, do you think you'll be able to make it next session?
Yes.
Bye! So
we're gonna have 5 players now.
Yeah, luckily I have another box here. All right.
Actually,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to check.
I actually might be gone next week.
Oh really? I'll be like I said, I'll be there, but I know later this year I'll have some issues. So
yeah, we'll figure it out. But
when we get it's like months, so we'll get there.
But let's go ahead and go ahead. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Indigo?
Didn't know we were going.
So yeah, Miami 302. I haven't streamed in a little while, trying to get my life in order, trying to get, through some stuff, but it was fun. For once it wasn't me causing all the problems. Abby's look. Love you, babe.
It's never.
I like how Abby and Gibbs are both like, well.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, it's never me.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I'm actually glad that I got to kick ass this time. First fight, and I dropped 3 creatures. It's great.
Holy shit! You rolled a 6 for B10 wound. Fuck.
Yeah. Because I'm just that good,
Apparently.
But yeah, no, you guys can go ahead and follow my my Twitch channel if you want. Like I said, I don't stream that often, but when I do, I'll put it on my Twitter. Discord, I'm always in for his Discord too, so you guys can go check that out too. We'll link that in a second. But yeah, so you should also go check out his later stream tonight at 10. He's streaming the Dark Springs, but I'll let him talk more about that.
Fucking mouse guard.
So yeah, that's me.
Indigo, you wanna go next?
What? Oh my gosh.
What?
Speaking of mouse guard, so I got a bunch of stuff going on. Kronos World, you can find me there. I had to wear the T-shirt, It's definitely. I do have T-shirts now. It's turning.
Oh my god! Wait, show it again. I missed it.
No,
oh my god!
Channel, if you guys haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah, it's good.
It's so good.
Really bad.
Abby's on there on Wednesdays.
Abby is on Wednesdays. She also just sort of agreed to sign on as our GM for the Mouse Guard game. Mouse Guard on Saturdays. It's going to be super cool. We've already started world building and planning. I did get to meet David Peterson a few days ago at Emerald City Comic Con. It was so awesome to be able to meet him. I was able to buy the Black Card. I got that signed, and then I was able to pick up a copy of the full box set of the role-playing game as a gift for Miss Abby.
What?
And I
don't deserve that.
I have it ready to go. I just need to wait till tomorrow to mail it off. But it has the game screen. It has both books. It has the dice. It has packs of cards in it. It's got everything that Abby's going to need to be successful as a GM for Mouse Guard. So
you're gonna make her cry on stream.
I'm gonna cry.
Super cool. Super cool box set. I did peek in it a little bit. David opened it up so he could sign the cover, and I was like, well, since the plastic's off, I might as well.
Might as well.
So I did look in there a little bit, but yeah, it's definitely a cool little pack. So I wanted to do that anyway. I got some other cool surprises coming up for players and GMs and everybody that's associated with the channel. I got a lot of talented people coming together to work on this thing, and it just blows me away every day. And it's so humbling and so awesome that all these amazing people are coming together to
also check out Inkboard Design.
Inkboard design if you want. It's my design stuff. I am taking commissions, so if you guys want to overlay or logo or something, please hit me
Go
up.
do it.
Wherever you can find me. I like to do the design thing. We have a lot of the channel is basically focused on role play gaming. Everybody that's there just loves role playing games. It's just kind of a thing, and we want to be able to kind of promote that and support that just within the general community. So we got Shadowrun, Dungeons and Dragons, Mouse Guard, Savage Worlds is coming. And,
Yes.
on Tuesdays, we do an open community one-shot thing. So if you want to run a game, if you want to be in a game, just hang out and just do a quick one-shot. And I have this big major commitment. You can do that too. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. Please come check it out.
Seriously, go check it out. Like,
it's
it's
getting
awesome,
bigger
guys.
all the time, especially with this thing with David. I was actually able to talk to him about doing the Mouse Guard as a branded adventure. So I'm going to be able to put a Mouse Guard adventure across the top of all of my stuff with it. So he agreed to retweet it when I'm talking about it on Twitter, and he said that he would be stopping by the chat room to be able to hang out with us.
Don't freak me out and tell me that. I don't
So you
With David fucking Peterson.
You can't expect David Peterson to be hanging out in our chat and promoting what we're doing there as an actual branded Mouse Guard adventure. So I couldn't even be more excited about that.
Yeah.
And all the pressure in the world on Abby for sure.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Dave Pearson is he's the author of Mouse Guard, right?
He created the
comic
whole
creator,
Yeah. So he's the creator of Mouse Guard. So yeah.
And then him and Luke Crane were the ones that developed the game itself.
Yeah.
It's all based on David Peterson's work. But anyway, that's me and what I'm doing. Please come check out Kronos World. We got a lot of awesome people involved with it, and the bigger it gets, the more it's going to benefit everybody that's involved with it, and that's definitely something that's super important to me. So please come give us some support, and we will love you for it.
Wonderful. Gibbs, did you have fun?
I had so much fun. It was so much fun. I loved it.
And Gibbs is going to be a mouse too on Saturday.
I am. Actually, in a critter game, I'm actually going to be a mouse instead of a rabbit. I'm so excited to be. I'm so excited to be in Indigo's stream. I'm so excited to have actually played Burning Wheel. It was so much fun. I actually love my character Seraphine. It was so much fun to play her because I never played like a princess who knew she was a princess. So being that stuck up.
That's true.
Yeah, being that stuck up kind of like royal person is the exact opposite of like how I am. So
Yeah.
it's like it was different, but it was so much fun.
Well, yeah, because in the campaign that she and I and Indigo are in off screen, she's a bunny who's a princess but doesn't know that she's a princess. So, yeah.
And
So it's kind of awesome.
So good.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Abby?
Oh my god, it's my turn.
Abby?
Oh no! So today's session was absolutely fantastic. I had such a great time. There were a couple of parts I really liked. One, I'm not used to playing characters who attack people willingly. I'm not used to playing very violent characters. I usually play very charismatic characters. So it was interesting to be the one that starts possible fights and stuff like that. So that'll be interesting. And I'm sorry for Seraphine's character, but
she does not care. Like if you threaten her or threaten any of the elves, she gets defensive.
I love the fact that Kisa was the one who's trying to defuse that.
Really fun. I also, as this campaign goes on, and props to for making it easy, but I'm gonna get super attached to my fictional troll son Malik. When I heard that he was in trouble in the back garden, instantly I was like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fucking kill them, of course. What else is there to do?
There is a way of doing that.
No,
not
the master.
I have a way of making you scared.
No, of having us be attached to characters.
Oh.
I mean, I was so back. You guys know he actually ran another campaign before this one, and I was attached to Miyako in that one. I still am. And so it's props to 4 not only just for getting us attached to to characters, but just running these games. Because like we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him willing to run and teach us these games. And to walk us through these. Because I'm not saying Burning Wheel isn't hard to learn, because it's not. It's just there's a lot. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot that you need to learn. So it's kind of like a learn by play, but at the same time, it's he makes it a fun learn by play. Like it's not like, oh my god, like there's so much, and it's like, oh my god, I'm overwhelmed. I can't do this. This is not fun anymore. Like it's fun.
I think it makes it easier because it's like takes you in it step by step. But no, seriously, like
Moxie, no.
You do. Okay, we're gonna go do this, and then we're gonna do this dice, and that's how I have to do combat because I'm usually not in combat.
Yeah, but like you explain stuff to us too, which is like super nice, because I've had
I luckily had
GMs
Shadow
in the past
here to
too.
really help me, man.
Yeah, seriously, you guys.
Yeah, the community is great too.
Yeah, thanks.
Like,
guys.
thanks so much, guys, for helping us with that, because we are, there may be some things that even though 4 has the book in front of him, he still may not know, so
It's a big book!
It's a very big book.
Yeah, and that's why we love, interacting with the chat. Now, don't get me wrong, we may not always be able to, especially when we're in, big fights like the one that I had with Marm and the others, but, like, we definitely encourage chat input, because it helps.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, guys, and Moxie is currently on the computer, so I'm gonna wrap this up, because...
I was gonna say, I think she's trying to tell you something.
Yeah, she's trying to tell me. You need to get off the computer and pet me. Well, I am so happy to be here with all of you guys, and I'm happy for everybody who dropped by this afternoon, and I hope you enjoyed
Vincent says he misses all of you.
Well,
and that he will definitely be back for next week. And that he's looking forward to having me recount what just happened.
We kind of needed the dwarf click in this episode. I feel like
a
frying pan would have been so epic.
That would have been great. Oh my god, he's gonna be so mad that he missed it.
Yeah,
I have to deal with that.
Yeah, he
so.
was shut in the kitchen. What could I do? Well, we'll see.
He
what
said
happens.
he wanted to be.
Of course. We'll see what happens next time on our Burning Wheel campaign. Don't forget that tonight at around 10 o'clock Eastern Time, I'm going to be running the Dark Spring, which is a Mouse Guard campaign for Exploding Dice. They are starting a ferret rebellion. I can tell you that. Yeah. And from there, I guess I'll just see you guys when I see you. Join the Discord, join the Twitter, and have a splendid evening. And bye darn, I'll see you guys next time.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow. That was like in tune. You're a pal.
You loved it when I posted this in your chat the other day, didn't you?
Oh, I loved it.
I have to go because I gotta go to my dad's.